Yo, what's up, man?
Hey, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. You?
Doing all right. Um, so just
People, they're getting so confused, man.
yeah, that's what I was about to say. A lot
I
of people are
swear
going
to
to be
God,
like,
I'm listening to myself right now.
people are going to be like, is he talking to himself?
Right. I'll try to
Um,
inflect.
yeah. Well, thank you for coming on to the podcast. I really appreciate it. It's good to have you on.
Yeah, thanks,
Um,
man.
so for the people that don't know who you are, go ahead and introduce yourself.
So yeah, I mean, my moniker is Steezy. I'm a moderator for big games and been doing it for a little bit. Took some time off last summer. Kind of doing the same right now. I'm on leave, and so
Mhm.
that's the gist of it.
And how long have you been a mod for?
Uh, I applied in 22.
Hmm.
I think it was January of 23 is when a bunch of us were brought on. There's only like one other person left from that group, but yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, a few of them left recently, but
Hmm.
to do other stuff.
Yeah.
They mod other games and whatnot.
Okay. All right. And so how did it all start for you? Like this entire journey? You could start as
Like Pet
far
Sim?
you could start as far back as Roblox, like finding Roblox.
Yeah. Well, I mean personally, because I went to school for software design, and so I mean Roblox. I had my Roblox account, my original one from 2008 or something like that. But it wasn't
Hmm.
until my son was born in 2012, or well, it was probably later than that, when we started getting back into it and stuff. And I mean, it's funny because with Pet Sim, I don't even know if I would have ever played it if it wasn't for like my son and his friend. That his friends like, oh, go check out this game. We played a ton of Shark Bite,
Hmm.
we were just playing that all the time and other random things that he liked. But yeah, I mean, once we got over there, he hooked me up with a couple pets, and the rest is history. That was right around Pog events
Okay.
during Pet Smax. Yeah, I didn't start at the very beginning, but
Hmm.
like right at the beginning of tech, I think.
So you started Roblox in 2008, you said?
Originally, yeah, I just had an account because back then it was very primitive,
Hmm.
and I messed around with it a little bit, but once I stopped because I used to work for a software design company, and once I left there, I just kind of got out of that. I sell insurance now. It's just better money. Like, I mean, I could still be into that, but
Are you the
yeah.
guy that's randomly calling me every day?
No, no. See, like, who else said that? I think it was numerous. He's like, you're a scammer. I'm like, I'm not a scammer. Oh no, it was Jamian. He's like, you're a scammer. I'm like, no, bro. But yes, there are scammer. Like usually like life insurance and stuff like that. But no, I
Hmm.
do everything kind of.
Okay.
I'm licensed in doing like car insurance, house insurance, stuff like that. But it's just good money,
Do you
and
enjoy it?
I oh, absolutely. I mean, I enjoy just working with people. I'm kind of corny that way. Like I just like helping people. It's not.
Hmm.
It's why I got into moderating originally.
Oh, okay.
Is to be able to help.
Yeah. And so, how was Roblox in 2008? Because I started in 2020, so I can't even imagine how it was in 2008.
At 20, yeah, no, it's like I mean, it was very, like I said, it was very primitive. I don't remember a lot of it because it's just when I made my account,
Oh,
and
okay.
that's the one I had. But once he came on, uh, and we started playing together, I
Hmm.
just made him an account, and then I had my account from when I used to work for Xbox, which is a whole nother story. But
You
because
worked
we
for
had Roblox.
Xbox?
Yeah, yeah. Well, I work for okay, so I didn't work directly for Microsoft. I worked for a contractor that did support for Xbox. So
Oh,
like,
okay.
if you called Xbox support between 2010 and 2014, I mean, you
Hmm.
might have got me, to fix your connection issues or get your Microsoft account back or whatever. It was it was
Hmm.
it was a fun. It didn't pay well, but it was fun. It was a fun job, but so yeah.
All right.
I don't know. I
So,
just like talking and helping people. It's
yeah,
it's a
that's
downfall.
That's what it seems like. So your entire like career and Roblox experience is usually just being there for people, trying
I
to
mean,
help
yeah, for the
out.
most part, I guess. Like, I mean, just playing games and not like I know you had a Vero and Numerous on. Like
Yeah.
they know everything. That's not my level. My
Mm-hmm.
level is kind of dad level of
Yeah.
Roblox. Like where I knew of it, I played it. Once he was born, once he got old enough, we started playing a lot more of it. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't do like the big events and stuff like that. I'm just you know like Pet Sim's the only game I play. Like it's, I mean, I'll mess around with other games, but I mean that's
Yeah.
it's just something we used to do, and he don't care no more. But it's he don't get. He's 13.
Yeah.
I get it. He's got a girlfriend now, so that's time. Yeah.
Yeah. When I started, it was 2020. Kids are home, no school, and just trying to keep them busy. Can't go anywhere, and so it was like, oh, let's start playing Roblox. So we started playing the epic mini games, and played that for like a day or two, and I'm like, you know what? Let's make YouTube videos, and that's when we created Bloxs Family.
Just jumped right in, huh?
Yeah.
That's
So
cool.
that's when we created Bloxs Family, but we didn't actually post our first video until 2 years later.
Why? How come you just like doing it for fun as like a family thing? Which I actually kind of understand. I've done similar stuff. I haven't really put a lot out there except for like couple tips and trick things that I was sending to other people or whatever. I just happened to make public.
Hmm.
But other than that, I haven't done anything else. But
Yeah.
how come it was just a family event or a family
Yeah, so our
thing?
first videos that we recorded, it was just for fun, just to do
Mhm.
it. And then, kind of like training them a little bit just so they could get more of a, because they were all camera shy and didn't really want to talk, didn't know how to talk. And so
Sure.
I'd say the first 20 times we recorded, the videos were like mainly me talking to myself.
I
So what?
get it. Yeah.
Yeah. So once they got comfortable and everything, and so I went and I posted one video, and that was like a horrible video, and I hope nobody goes and watches it.
They are gonna know. You gotta start somewhere. I mean,
Yeah. And then, I got more into the editing and started posting more and more, and the kids got more comfortable with it. And then after a while, you know, it became more of a, it became more work than fun, to be
mhm.
honest.
Yeah,
And
that was me last year. That's why I
yeah,
left. Well, yeah. I mean, it was one of the reasons I
hmm
took some time away.
yeah, when it becomes work and it's not as fun as it was. And
Right.
honestly, I think Pet Simulator is kind of what ruined the entire Bloxs Family experience, in my opinion.
You think so? Yeah, it's a controversial one, right? Like there's between Pet Sim X and then going to 99, it's not the
Hmm.
same game,
Yeah.
so but I don't know. There's things I like about it, but I don't disagree. Like especially
Well, the reason I say Pet Sim kind of killed the whole concept of video making with Bloxs Family is because Bloxs Family is me and the kids playing, and how am I going to make videos of Pet Simulator with
AFKing.
that? And then we grew
Yeah,
an entire audience of mainly just Pet Simulator subscribers, and every video that was non-Pet Sim, nobody was watching.
I see. I see. Kind of monopolized your thing where you kind of had to go to it.
Yeah, so we had to do Pet Simulator content or just not make any content at all
Sure.
because
Sure.
the kids, they get upset if they put a video up and then they see it's not getting any views, and I don't like them getting upset over that.
Of course. Yeah.
So that's why it's kind of slowed down. But I did talk to them. Today was their first day of summer vacation. We are gonna be recording videos, and I'll be editing them once I got time for that because I'm pretty busy with real life and also developing our game. And that's like my main focus. Every time I got a free moment, I'm just focused on developing our game.
Right. Yeah, I mean, you've been like super focused on it.
Yeah.
Like, sounds like you got a lot going on over there.
Yeah. There's a total of 10 people in the studio now.
Dang. That's
And yeah, it's a pretty big game with a lot to do. And just every day I'm just thinking of new things to add. You see me in the test server. I'm always giving
yeah,
them suggestions and ideas every day, and I've slowed down
absolutely.
recently.
Even if they're like not even remotely possible, it's
Yeah.
like add a whole new It's like 2 hours for update. Add a whole new UI that does it. It's like, yeah, I mean, it's cool. You're not wrong, but but yeah, they ain't doing that. I mean,
Yeah.
because they'll make quick changes,
Hmm.
but I mean, and with all due respect to them, they can't. I mean, every update has a spelling error somewhere,
Yeah.
and but that's so low priority.
Yeah,
That's
and
not gonna get fixed, but
also they're putting out full games every week.
which is crazy. Like, and I was thinking about that today. Like that the anti cheat. You can't have a good anti cheat if
Hmm.
you have a completely different game with different physics and different goals, and you know what I mean. Like this event right now,
Yeah.
the tower defense. Like I've heard people. I mean, like I said, I've been on leave. It's sunny out. I've been doing cool stuff, but
Hmm.
like, how has it been scripted much? Like, I think I was asking today, and somebody in the test server, said that, and so it.
Honestly, I think the only thing going on is that people are just running a ton of accounts on the first world and just getting
Dang.
a bunch of those Titanic tokens.
Yeah, I saw a dude. What do you say? At 80 Titanics, and that's
Yeah,
crazy. And
87
especially for something
Titanics, I
like that,
believe.
like he's got to be doing glitching something out, or
Hmm.
just has a absolute million accounts running.
Yeah. Yeah,
But yeah,
I
it's
haven't even gotten a single one. I got up to
no.
four out of five, but I didn't
Yeah,
get that last one.
yeah. I got 4 out of 5 a couple times. I haven't. Yeah, I did a couple good runs to get my clan score in, but and I'll keep doing it. But if you don't have the that griffin, you're out of luck.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
mechanical griffin or whatever it is.
Yeah, and I don't like that the way they did it. Like the last event, they put the best pet in the egg, the free to play egg, but they didn't put it in the exclusive egg. But this time they put it in the
Yeah,
exclusive egg, and
yeah. The
you have
thing.
to hatch the Titanic to get it.
Actually, I gotta be careful with what I say, but yeah, I mean, yes, I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Just because we're under NDA with the test stuff, but yeah,
Yeah.
no, I absolutely agree, and I wish it was done different, like
Mm-hmm.
like tradable stuff. Like I understand why they want to keep it tradable,
Yeah.
but I it,
Well,
it
on
helps a
my part,
small subset of people, and that's all.
yeah, on my part is just that you're tying it into a clan battle, and then you're making the best possible pet for the clan battle in the exclusive egg only.
Right.
And I think it's kind of messed up to do that because then it makes it so only the pay to win players have a chance, or the rich players that just buy the pet in in the plaza. I'm fine with being tradable, but
Right.
obtaining without having to trade for it has to be Robux.
Right.
It's stupid in my opinion.
Yeah, no, and then you got like insane prices. Like I think that when that first was up, it was like 15 billion, and people were paying it, and that's not that insane compared to like other clan events and other items, but you know
Hmm.
what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, so it only limits it to certain people, but yeah, I mean it's a cool event. I mean, I will say that I'm happy. Like the update they did, that should
Hmm.
have been from the beginning. Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I know,
Definitely.
I get it. They're trying to they're doing too much. Honestly, I'll be honest. They're just doing too much.
Yeah.
I'll say it.
The two favorite things in that patch was allowing the tower to target the last breakable, and also being able to pause, in between waves. That way you could go ahead and upgrade all the towers and place or
Right.
remove and all that, reorganize, because in a tower defense game, you always have to reorganize, especially during
Right.
those harder waves. And the
Absolutely.
way,
No,
the
and
way,
you're dead set. That's exactly right. That was the best event, or the best change,
yeah.
was being able to pause it later on. I haven't really min-maxed it at all because I was borrowing a Griffin and I don't have
Mm-hmm.
it right now. But I mean, I did okay. I think I'm like at 320 something,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
I stopped because my wife kidnapped my Griffin, so I haven't really been
you knew
playing.
that was gonna happen. I mean, you knew that was gonna happen
And now and I'm asking for it back, and she's loaning it out to friends now.
Oh no. That'd be funny. Yeah, no, that's hilarious.
Yeah, I'm
There's only like 600 of them. I mean, there's probably more than that. I haven't looked. I got all my accounts in fantasy right now,
yeah.
just
That's where
hanging
I'm
out.
at right now because
Yeah.
if I was in the tower defense while recording this, I would not be listening to anything you're saying.
Yeah. Dude, my attention span. Like I came around. Like I did better later on, but like I would be
Hmm.
like, what? I'd start doing something else and be like, oh, I died. Like, God dang it. Not paying attention. But I figured out the balance,
Yeah.
especially when you have better pets too, because then you're just waiting for a long time.
Hmm. So, how is it being a moderator for big games?
Mm. I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. Like, I'm trying to choose my words. Like, it's something that I started to do because, so like when I first started, like, because I mean, it's no secret now. We got paid Robux at a certain point. And
Hmm.
so when I started, that wasn't a thing. And so it was only after I started it became a thing, which was cool, but it all went back into the game, honestly. So
Hmm.
it's not like maybe Roblox taxes they lost a little bit, but that was back when they had that secret chat. And so once that went away, I mean, we still got paid. And then once I left, I mean, I left when it was still a thing
Hmm.
in November. It was just before 99 came out. But I was well, I had surgery, and then after the surgery, I just kind of just didn't come back. I was just kind of over it, and it
Hmm.
wasn't until August of 99 where I realized I could still move all my stuff over that I came back. And
Hmm.
so yeah, I'm glad they left that in, and I'm still moving stuff over. But yeah, it's interesting because I don't know, it's thankless, I guess is the best word to use.
It's what?
We're out there thankless, like it's a thankless job,
Oh,
like
okay.
because we don't get, like, I came back and I came back and like Robux is gone, like that you don't get paid Robux. Not
Yeah.
only that, but we're doing more stuff, and so but I'm okay with that as long as we have more abilities to do, like, go catch scammers or hackers or
Hmm.
those type of things. Then yeah, I'll absolutely do it. And so and that was kind of my reasoning to come back, was to help Nixie, because I know there, like, a bunch of people left, and that was when I was just back, like, you know talking and stuff like that. But so I offered to help her until like the next set of moderators came on, and
Hmm.
and I just stuck around. But yeah, I mean, so I mean, it's cool. I mean, I wish I could turn my tag off in game. Like, a lot of people think that's like really cool to have the tag, but it's not always, because it's
Yeah.
like, hey, how much you want for that? It's like, oh my god, mod, what do you do? That's it's what do you do? What do you get to do as mod? My response is always, I'm just a regular dude that can, like, ban and kick and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
that's literally my the extent.
Yeah, I have to send my alt account to the plaza because if I go into the plaza, it's just
Oh yeah,
everybody on top of me with the because I have the
absolutely.
partner
And
role.
yours sticks out more too. I mean,
Hmm.
and partners are cooler too, but
Nah,
it's yours. I think so. I mean, because you're more forward facing. We're just like some people that got accepted.
mods
you
could
know,
ban people.
that's true. That's true.
Y'all got the ban hammer. I got a sign hammer.
Which is cool for a minute, and then it's just a chore. Like the
Hmm.
end of Pet MX, man, that was a chore. That's kind of what made me go, because there were so many bots with the diamond mine,
Hmm.
and I mean, I was banning 100 a day for a while,
Wow.
and they just kept coming back. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I wish our tools were better. Like, I will say that. Like, as far as on a lot of fronts too.
Mm-hmm.
Like right now, we can't do anything. Like, it's literally, see, and this is where I kind of hesitate to say what my capabilities are, what our capabilities are, because I mean, we do have capabilities, but we lost some major ones recently, and that's, I don't know. I mean, it's
And
kind of why I wanted to come on here and talk to you about it. It's just something that I don't agree with, and I don't know. I'm on leave right now. I don't know what's gonna happen if this
mhm.
gets out, or not if it gets out. It's not like we're
It's
just sitting
getting
here
out.
talking to each other. It's getting out. No, that's it's out. But you know what I mean. That it
Yeah.
becomes a thing because it's I don't know. I just don't know how to talk about it. You know, it's
Mm-hmm.
something because I like everybody like within like the staff like Nixie and everybody, like we're all kind of on the same page with why we had certain capabilities, why we lost certain capabilities, and I just don't agree with it. That's really what it
Mm-hmm.
comes down to.
And are you able to say which capabilities you lost?
I I I,
If you
I
can't,
guess,
then you
right.
don't.
Well, I just the issue is like, I mean, because these come back any day. I should probably say that too. I mean, I hope, but it was just like trade histories and inventory histories.
Mm-hmm.
Like if a lot of people remember too, if they had the inventory bot or whatever on, I think it was PS99 wrap or whatever. Like the day that went down and it said we can't see inventories anymore, that was the day that we lost the access to the tool.
Oh
And the
wow.
way it happened is my main quandary, if you will. I mean, with the whole thing, because and I'm not going to say his name, but another senior mod uh, caught, or I don't want to say caught, but he had enough evidence to remove somebody that was cross trading, that was buying something, I don't know, doesn't matter, but they were cross trading. Is
Mm-hmm.
is was the accusation, and I looked at it. I mean, before while we still had access, I looked at it, and this person's a friend, and they've been I battled with them on the same team before, and it looked clear, and so I would have probably done the same thing. But like I understand where our guidelines are and what people think our guidelines should be, but that was clear enough for me. I mean, because it was a major cross trading network, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the like once that happened, there was just some, I'll just say whales. I'm not going to name anybody, but they had some issues with it, and it just became a thing where our tool access was suspended. Now
Mm-hmm.
mind you, this is the tool. Like say somebody makes a ticket, like, oh, I just got hacked. I can
Mm-hmm.
then go look and see, okay, he moved it to an alt and then moved it to his main.
Yep.
So now I know what's happening. I can go remove them. Can't get their stuff back. We don't have those tools, but at least I can serve justice in some way.
Yeah.
And now we're just, what if like I want to explain this a certain way, but like what if, sorry, my phone, I should put that on mute.
It's all good.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
All right, anyways, I'm glad my cat isn't up here. My cat's so loud. I was expecting her to come up and be like just meow right in the mic. But yeah, what changed? So we lost access to the tool. So okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. So we caught, or this person caught a cross trader, or a potential cross trader, alleged cross trader, and once that happened, and some accusation or some people were upset about it, we lost access to it. And
Mm-hmm.
so basically, not only that, but like right now, like cross trader was first time ban, and it's gone back and forth in the 3 years or so I've been around, but it was just a one time ban. And then because of that, they switched it to a 30-day ban, because this
Yep.
person that got removed, puts a lot into the game,
Mm-hmm.
both, in many ways, I should say, and so a lot of money and a lot of time and all that stuff. So I mean, I can see it, but my issue is that the fact that we still, by the way, we still don't have access back to this tool. This has been at least 2 months, right? Like two and a
Yeah.
half months since I've
Yeah.
been
Around
talking
there.
about it. So yeah, it's so the way it looks is and again, the way he found the crusher or whatever through however means, that can be, I don't want to dismiss that. It could be disputed as like he shouldn't have been doing that. Like the person that did catch him, like I'll just be clear about it. There was a dev, like the devs had a ban wave, and then he like piggybacked off of it and went and started kind of like trying to help them, if you will. But
Mm-hmm.
like if the devs wanted that many people banned, they would have done it, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's kind of why we lost access. But we have no way right now to catch hackers and scam. I mean, it's literally like, oh, you got your stuff stolen. Go to Roblox. They might help you out, but we can't do anything. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why I left the first time, you know. And so on its face, it just looks like this stupid phone. On its face, it looks like we and I and this is where I hesitate because I don't 100% think it's this, but it just seems like we hurt the bottom line, right? We hurt
Yeah.
the money coming in, and now us as staff, like we just don't get access. And it wasn't even many of us, mind you. It wasn't the whole team. There was like 5 of us, and I was the only non-senior mod to have access. And so, you know, it was admins and senior mods, and then me basically.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, it was, you had to be very trusted,
Yeah.
and the fact that and we still don't have access again. I mean, it just says a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, I can't not say it's why I'm on leave right now. It just affects me, you know,
Yeah.
because I don't know.
So right now, pet sim moderators are pretty much only able to take care of the bot problem. They can't take care of any cross trading problems or
With that, I
scamming
mean, if they have
problems.
evidence, I mean, yeah, they can do. I mean, but we have to have video proof, right? We have to be 100% certain. And
Well,
so, like,
without the trade history, without being able to access that, how are you supposed to catch somebody that's cross trading?
they have to have like a video. No, I get where you're going. I don't disagree. Like, but they have to have video of them doing it in game or
Mm-hmm.
talking about it and then showing the Roblox name. It just
Mm.
there's a lot of people that fake proof, so we have to be very, I mean,
Yeah.
very certain. And so, but that being said, no, you're right. You're absolutely right. I mean, and I'll come out and say like cross training is not my number one reason for doing what I do. Like, it's not the best reason. Like for like scamming and exploiting, which honestly
Mm-hmm.
kind of feeds into cross trading, believe it or not.
Yeah, it feeds
Those
the
are the two
entire
things I
market.
cared about. Like I taught my son well. He's never been scammed or exploited or anything, you know, and he's really good with the computer and all that because of it,
Mm-hmm.
and online savvy. But when it comes to, you know, kids out there just, you know, just, oh yeah, no, if it's too good to be true, it's not true, people. Like that's just what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Like
And three out of four parents started playing this game because their kid got scammed.
that, which is crazy, right? Like, because
Yeah.
that's a, I mean, you're probably right because a lot of people, a lot of parents have said that, you know, because
Mm-hmm.
I'm friends with tons of parents. I'm sure you are too.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like, like when Pet Sim's like, it's a kid's game. It's like,
Yeah.
I think it's a parent's game and the kids are around sometimes. You
Mm-hmm.
know, is kind of what it comes down to.
Yeah, when the kids showed me this game for the first time, I'm like, that looks stupid. Trading
Yeah.
pets? That's dumb. I'm never
Yeah.
going to play that game. And then then subscriber who's actually local to us and we met in real life. He gave each one of the kids a huge Hell Rock on PSX, and it was their very first huge.
Oh, nice.
And then like a week later, Jaden gets his scammed.
Oh,
And so I'm like, all right, I'm going to get on this game because that was a gift from a subscriber. So I'm going to get on this game. I'm going to learn this game. I'm going to build wealth and I'm going to get this huge Hell Rock back for him. And then I just got hooked to the game and been
and
here ever
that's a
since.
lot. You're not wrong. A lot of times that happens. And I will say to piggyback like off that, those are the hardest tickets to take. Like
Hmm.
because we do support tickets again for free as volunteers. I mean, it's and none of us have issues with that. I'm just saying, you know, we're not compensated. And
Yeah.
so we take these tickets from parents like, oh, my kid, he plays this, he trusted this guy, he got scammed. Most of it is just they trusted somebody, traded it to them, and we can't do much with that. Like you traded it to him, you said it was okay, and they even added like saying you may not get this back type of stuff, right?
Hmm.
But you know what? I yeah, it's there's just too much of it, or at least there was like in Pets and Max, like what we're referring to now.
Hmm.
Uh, as far as like 99, it's like next level, man. Like they're doing some crazy things. Like it's like scammers and hackers stuff. They're smart, man. If they put this like that much energy and smarts towards something like proper, like they could do good things, man. It just blows my mind.
Now, that thing that has you witnessed recently, are you able to talk about that or not? What happened to you
Which one?
with the auction?
Oh, oh yeah, I can talk about that. I mean, I don't think we can't, right? I mean, because it happened to me, and
Yeah.
so yeah, I mean, so yeah, no, I'm still upset about that, and we'll see. I mean, I don't anticipate anything to come of it.
Hmm.
I mean,
Did
especially
you make a
now after
ticket?
it's been brought up a couple times. But I mean, like, damn. And yeah, no, I can't. We can't get into that. Yes, they know. We'll just put it that. But
Did you make
yeah,
a
I
ticket for
was.
it though?
What's that?
Did you make a ticket and contact a mod?
No. Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. And then I'll just like highlight the thing that says we don't have tools to spawn items or replace items, which we don't. And the tool that I'm referring to before, that was just literally just to see where things go. And
Hmm.
you know,
Now,
it was invaluable though.
how often do mods fall for scams
Like themselves, like fall for a
themselves?
scam.
Yeah.
Oof.
I feel like it'd be
Not
hard to
not.
scam a mod.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, because we see it all, right? Like,
Yeah.
and so even like the ones were like, oh, but the one that you're referring to, and I'm sorry, I have attention issues. I bounce around a lot.
No, it's all good.
So the one you're referring to is I went to the plaza. I was selling a pet for a friend, and because she had to go to sleep, so I'm like, I'll just go sell it. And when I was there, they like somebody was putting up one gem auctions, and so I saw one or two go through, and then so I bid one gem on one, and then I went to go list other stuff, and I look up and I see a 7 billion, like somebody put 7 billion, and I mean
Hmm.
if they could go look at chat, I'm like, whoa, somebody messed up. And then I
Hmm.
realized, like, because like all of a sudden I get kicked offline. I get back online and it was me. Like I had bid 7 billion somehow, and so like that, uh, I can't tell you the level of upset I was. Like
Hmm.
just because, like I get it. Like, and this is why I try to when people, I won't say just kids, come to you when they're scammed. Like you don't, yeah, I empathize, but there's not a lot we can do, especially like this. Now, in this case, I could do something. I saw it happen, and I banned them. My issue was though I had updated my software because I have software that can go back and like record the last 5 minutes. Well,
Hmm.
when I did an update, I guess it shuts that off, the instant replay. So I didn't
Hmm.
have video of it. So,
Oh.
but I went and messaged him like, hey, just how'd you do that? And he's just like, unban me. And I'm like, and so I was just thinking I have to. I don't have the proof. So I
Hmm.
unbanned him, and then sure enough, like he's like, "I'll give you the gems back." And then as soon as I unbanned him, he like sends them in the mail somewhere else, and then he hasn't been online since. And
Oh
I knew that
man.
was gonna happen. I knew it was gonna.
Yeah.
At least I have that, to show like it's definitely something going on. He didn't deny it.
Yeah.
So, but so I don't want to get like too in the weeds about it because I don't know enough to know what exactly would be going on there. But I will say there's another staff member, I'll just leave unnamed, and then other people that have reported similar things. And
Really.
then recently another friend, Silva, I'm sure the
Yeah.
Silva, he
Yeah. I
tests
know.
as well. He had a friend that sold something on a booth and lost gems. And I guess there's other people that have said the same thing. And so
Hmm.
I don't know what's going on in Plaza right now, but all I know is my gems aren't going with me in there. Like that's, And the weird thing too is when I lost the 7 billion gems, it's not like I only had 7 billion gems. I had 16 billion gems. It's like why
Yeah.
take seven? Like,
Yeah.
and I didn't hit a number. Like I bid one gem, like, and I didn't hit any letters or anything. Like, and then I was just listing stuff on my, So I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going on, but it's definitely something that they need to be aware of for sure.
Yeah. Something happened to me, and
Today.
No, I don't really know when it happened. On my
Mm,
laptop, I have my alt sitting in the plaza 24/7 trying to sell some
same.
stuff.
I have
And
unalt, but yeah.
yeah, and I had like 15,000 of those Exolotto packs for sale.
Mm,
And I had they're gone. I never got the
they're just
gems
gone. That's
and
it.
never sold them.
And that's
No
I mean, you're not
history.
gonna miss that amount of gems, right? I mean, well, the Oxalot, I guess that was the lowest pack, right? But they still sold for
They're selling for like
whatever.
1.9 million right now
Yeah,
each.
yeah, you're not gonna miss that, right? And so that's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
And I
I would
guess
say that's probably what around 25,000 or 25 billion gems or so. I would have noticed I sold it.
absolutely, yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like, and even back then, because I think the cap was still 25 billion,
Hmm.
and so, oh, maybe that was that. I don't know what that would do. I'm
No,
sure it would
it
stop,
was
but
after the
oh, was it
increase.
after? Oh, so you
Yeah.
were selling them after the event and stuff?
Yeah,
Because
so
yeah,
I went through all my accounts because I'm like, did I transfer it to another account? I can't find it, can't
hmm
find it. You know, on my main account, I had 17,000, so I knew I had 17,000 there already. But on my
right,
alt, I had 15,000 because I was saving 17,000 because I was going to try to get the rainbow shiny version of that Exolotto. I knew I wouldn't be able to get it, but I was just like,
yeah,
yeah, I'll open
it's a
17,000
stretch,
packs and try getting it.
right?
But
Because you got to get like three of them.
yeah.
Like just getting one
Got
would be
to
hard.
Getting one is impossible. Imagine getting all
Yeah,
three. But
right.
I looked all over, couldn't find them. You know, I never brought it up to anybody. I didn't complain. I was
No,
just,
and you're not the first one to bring it up. There's definitely, and I mean, like what I bring up right now, I'm really trying to think like, do I want to catch this smoke? You know what I mean? Because I
yeah.
know like while using the tool, and again, like with this tool access, that we had logs of everything we looked at and stuff like that to make sure we're not using it in any way, right?
Hmm.
Like, but but being but having or what am I trying to say here? Being able to look up those things was just invaluable. And so by losing it, we I mean it's like cutting off an arm, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And so losing our access to that is like we're literally like not to reiterate, but on its face it just seems like we got too close to the money. And that may not even be it. You know what I mean? I'm open to it being other things, but why don't we have it back? The person that happened to, the person they're accusing, he resigned. You know,
Hmm.
we lost the tool, and I shouldn't even say he, but whatever.
Yeah, I do want to
He
bring him
took
on.
off.
I want to talk to him.
Yeah, and if he wants his name out there, but you know what I mean. That's the whole thing around this. I'm trying to be careful of. I don't want to upset somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like just because I say their name or something like that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
just keep names out of
and
it.
yeah, I'm sure it'll all come out. I mean, at this point, it's been 2.5 months. And
Yeah. And those who
if
know, they know.
absolutely, I mean, and I'm not privy to like what the admins, because I'm a moderator. The admins talk with the devs and stuff. Whatever happened there, I just know that we don't have it back yet. I don't know if we're gonna. I don't know if it's a possibility. I'm pretty sure it's not a possibility, but that's just where we're at.
I don't think you're
But
ever
what I was
getting
getting
those
at, and
tools back.
I took myself off subject. But what I was saying is like I've seen gems like like hackers, like so a lot of people don't know like cross trading, hacking, and scamming. They're all kind of intertwined because you have people that scam.
Hmm.
What they do is they go sell that stuff for gems. They hack and scam. They hack and bot and go make a ton of money in gems, and then they sell them. So
Hmm.
if anybody's buying gems, that's where they're coming from. Is usually getting stolen, getting farmed, or something like that. Well, like twice I've taken tickets where somebody's like, I lost 80 billion gems or something, and I look it up, and sure enough, they sent 80 billion gems. It did not arrive. Like, and
Hmm.
it's probably because they're going too quick because you can see like 10 trades in like 1 minute or 10 mailbox transactions 1 minute. So maybe they're
Hmm.
going too quick, but it's possible. It's definitely possible to lose stuff and
Hmm.
for something to glitch and daily, we get tickets about it. I can't say what's true or not and how often it really happens because people lie about so much.
Yeah.
And so, but it happens. And that's, I just wish we had a better support system around it. That's all.
Yeah. Big games, in my opinion, has been taking the wrong turns in a lot of
Lately.
areas, like with moderators, with the game, with updates, with monetization, with pretty much
Hmm.
a lot of things. And, you know, the economy for the most part is like completely ruined. Like we have
Oh yeah.
Titanics under 5 billion now in the game, which is
Hmm.
crazy. They're at Pets Go prices now.
Right.
And I remember in PSX when we were doing the Titanic Neon Agony giveaway, I would always be the only person with a Titanic in whatever plaza I was in.
Right.
And people would be like, "Oh my god, I've never seen a Titanic." And
Yeah. Yeah.
like I'm looking at my screen right now and I got a bunch of Titanics. A bunch of these aren't even mine. I'm borrowing from a friend that hasn't been playing for like the past 5 months.
It's
But
funny. That's how a lot of people have pets, is friends that have stepped away
yeah.
or something like that. But
Yeah, and I'm waiting for her to come back. I'm like, I still got your pets
she
here.
will
Oh, I'm not
probably.
playing.
I mean,
She's
it seems like
playing.
everybody does.
She's playing a game called Just Human or something like that. I forgot what
Just
it's
human.
called. It's
Human fall flat.
no, not Human Fall Flat.
Yeah, I don't know. It's the only other one I know with human in it.
Yeah, she's been stuck on this game. I forgot the name. I'm pretty sure it's Just Human. I don't know. But
Just
she's
human. Yeah.
been stuck on this game and I'm like, I still got all your Titanics. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Use them
Just
if you
hold
need
on to
them.
them. Yeah. Yeah. I don't ball out like you guys do. And then being a moderator, we don't get nothing. Like partners, you guys get eggs at least. And
No,
so, and I,
I think anybody with a special role, like anybody that benefits the game, moderators, admins, testers, I think they all should get something.
I don't disagree.
I
Like coming back, I knew they got rid of it. I don't know why, and so that it makes it difficult for me because I don't know the semantics around it, right? Like was
mm,
somebody doing something they shouldn't or something, like, but I definitely am advocating for it, like every single time, like because it's not like about the Robux. I mean, it would be nice to subsidize things. I mean, we're spending some mods. I mean, there you go to chat and staff chat, they're there talking all day
mm,
long. You know what I mean? Because they're out there doing things. And so, and it's only 20 to 30 of us active, and we're handling a server of over 500,000 people. It's a whole job, you know. And so I don't disagree that I wish on just for their sake, like they got something or it's just even acknowledgement, man. Like
yeah.
that would be cool.
Yeah,
Something.
and that's another thing as well is that very little communication from big games.
But
Very
that's
little.
always been that way, right? Like what's the definition of insanity? Like coming back to or doing something the same thing, like whatever it is, right? Like
Hmm.
PetSimX was the same way, right?
Yep.
Like they didn't say. I mean, I know it was just Preston and Jamie, and at one point, and then obviously they brought on Connor and David and all them. But it's always kind of been that way. And I don't know. I mean, like I said, I'm in insurance, so like I don't know if it's like a plausible deniability thing or if it's just they're just really not that in touch with the community and what's going on. I kind of like, and I don't want to say they're not working hard, right? But like, I kind of think it's the latter. I don't think they know like what we know playing the game. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and so bringing us in, I mean, I could see that being valuable for them. But like we were just talking about, it would be kind of cool to get something for it, right?
Yeah.
You know,
And
but
also another thing is, the community itself is pretty toxic when it comes to the
yeah,
developers and Preston. The
yeah,
developers could be on Twitter and actually reply to something with a positive reply. And then you
hmm,
just see people in there just ragging on them.
no,
And it's just like,
yeah,
come on. They're trying to do some communication here. And then people are
they're
just
doing
ragging on
better
them. Yeah. And then
using
they,
Twitter.
I'm pretty sure Putty is the one that runs the Big Games account on Twitter, and he started
Sure
using
seems
some
like it.
A. Yeah, and he uses the AI images as a joke, and people are
Yeah,
just like, every thumbnail you guys make is AI. It's just like
yeah,
we made like 2 jokes, and you guys are just taking it this far.
right. Because nothing, like everything he does is like freehand and
Mm-hmm.
or I don't know how he does. I don't want to assume, but he does it not with AI. I know he's joked about it because he don't
Yeah.
care. He's a chill dude. Like when he first came on, like he friended me, and he's given me some invaluable information. Lately, he's too important to reply to a DM, but um, I'm just playing. I know they get busy, but and I don't expect it. I just as long as he reads it, that's all I care.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what I mean, that's I don't need a response, but yeah,
And also,
they're
also
yeah
another thing is people are ragging on testers. Every single
yeah
update, all over Twitter, just
man. I lean into that or almost cussed. I lean into that stuff, man. Just because I don't care. Like yeah, like but I will like we're like well you know what the clan battles. No, we don't know. Like they keep all that stuff. They do a good job of it too.
mm-hmm.
Like even if we ask or people ask, like and again I don't know if that's too much to say, right? Like but it
Yeah, we don't
they
see the clan battle.
there you
Yeah,
go. Yeah, we'll just
we
leave it at
don't
that.
see it. We don't see the
Mm-mm.
clan battle at all. You know.
Nope. And the funny thing is the mechanics of the game between testing and update are so different usually.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's not even benefit. It's like a it hurts us like because we're like oh this is gonna be the strat you know because
Yeah.
you gotta take I mean if we're testing you're gonna take something like that out of that but
Mm-hmm.
they keep a lot of things hidden enough to or they just you know I don't know if I want to say I'll say last second because you know just push everything all the fixes you know
Yeah.
or as much as they can you know
You know
because there's
what?
always something.
What it usually comes down to is when you're testing, you're like, okay, I got an idea what this battle might be by looking at the update. And then when the update comes out, the battle is nothing what you were
Mm-mm.
thinking it was going to be
Right.
because
No,
that's how well they do it.
and that's a great point because I try to guess like I wonder how it's gonna work. You know, not the one thing I do. I don't listen. This I can only speak for myself, and I don't know. I don't have evidence or anything of anybody doing this, but like obviously testing, you might get some sort of idea. Like especially in week 2, like this is still going to be a thing. I will not go out and buy those things, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't know anybody that will, and so because I know that's like a big accusation. Well, you know what's like, but I don't do it. You know, and not only that, but like if you do it, a lot of times they but anyways, like it's now, you know what I mean? They change so much.
Yeah. Yeah. And there'll be, so let's use an example. Um, like last week, the basketball update. If someone was to assume the shoes were still going to be profitable and
Oh
go and
right,
buy a
yeah,
bunch of those shoes, and then update comes out, those shoes aren't really the hottest thing anymore, and plus a
Mm-mm.
bunch of people already got a bunch of them. And if they went and invested in that, they probably lost a ton because I remember those
Right.
shoes were going for like 400.
200 million. They
Yeah.
were a lot. I know. I think near the bottom, right before update, they were about 200 million,
Yeah.
and then they got
And
to like 10
they
million.
got down to 10, and whoever
Yeah,
invested in that lost a lot. So, testers, if they go and invest in something,
right.
half the time
Because
they'll
they keep
probably
it
just
fair.
lose because
I
they
mean,
they make it that way too, and they'll even say it. They'll even not even say it, but they'll make it so testers can't profit off of these updates.
right. Yeah. And my point was I won't anyway. Like I mean, because there's trends that if I would have done that, I would have absolutely been right. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I mean? But it doesn't. It's not. I don't know. I mean, there's nowhere signed we can't do that, right? Like it, but we just can't tell people,
Yeah,
you
we
know.
can't we
And
can't
so,
be Nancy Pelosi.
what what does that mean? I'm not political at all, but it sounds funny.
Someone said that in the test
Oh,
server,
oh,
and
kidding.
apparently Nancy Pelosi, she's a congresswoman or something, and she
Yeah,
has
no,
like
I know.
insider trading in the stock market.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm sure they all do on some level. I'm
Yeah.
sure you can't not, right? Like you get some information that kind of hedges you towards one direction. Like, I mean, you can't just not. I mean, I know a lot of them, not to get off topic on this, but they go through like investment bankers, you know, and people that
Mm-hmm.
put investments for them just to have that step away. But then you hear about them moving money when this thing's about to close or whatever, you know,
Yeah, I
I
think
don't know.
it's like when they make a new law, they're like, okay, this law is going into effect tomorrow. Let me
Right.
buy this stock because it's going to be affected, or let me sell this stock because it's going to be
Right.
affected.
Right. And it's close to public information too, right?
Yeah.
So like that makes it a little different than they're the one cutting the deal or something. I don't know. It's politics. I stay out of all that.
Yeah.
Like you
And
could look through all my online history, you wouldn't know what I lean. And I do that on purpose. Like I absolutely do. Yeah.
yeah, the way with
Anyway,
me
go.
is politics are for inside the home. That's it.
Mm-hmm. I like
Once
that. I like that.
once you're outside the home, don't talk politics because, you know, you can see it all over the internet. It's just
Mm-hmm.
mayhem. I don't involve in that. And I do remember one of my friends, um, he was trying to build his YouTube channel, and on the same exact Twitter account that he promotes his YouTube channel, he's talking all this politics stuff, and I DM him, and I'm like, listen, I know you feel strongly about this opinion and whatnot, but you're trying to build an audience for your YouTube channel, and with the way the internet is today,
Yeah,
you're
you're
probably
just
just gonna,
alienating half your people right
yeah,
now.
half the people are going to be like, "Oh, you think this way? Just because of
Yeah.
that, I'm not going to watch your videos, even though I might
Right.
find them entertaining." And
Yeah.
so he stopped. He stopped. And then he tried talking to me about the opinion he had on the politics. I'm like, hey, I don't want to talk about it because, politics is for the home. I'm not going to talk to you
Sure.
about it because, it's
I
none of
mean,
your
what
business
good's it
what I
gonna
talk
do?
about, what I think
Right.
about.
Yeah, and a lot of it. I mean, everybody's gonna have their views, like with my views, they land on both sides, to be honest. And there's no, it's not black and white. We'll just put it that way.
Yeah.
You know, I live in Oregon, and so Portland, you know, a lot of people know that the city is a dumpster
Hmm.
fire for some reason. It's fine, like it's just media, you know what I mean? But during that whole thing, like 2 summers ago, it wasn't good for like a couple days, like
What,
down
the
near the
city of
federal
Summer
buildings
of
and stuff.
Love or something like that?
I don't know. Probably. We got so much things. Keep Portland weird, man. Like born and raised. I love where I live, but
Hmm.
it sucks online seeing people like, oh, that trash heap Portland. It's like, I don't know, man. I'm downtown drinking coffee right now. Like I don't even know what you're about,
Yeah.
you know. But I mean, there's things. Every city's got things that can be fixed. Like the whole West Coast has homeless issues, you know.
Hmm.
So, but nobody wants. All right, see now we're into politics. All right, let's. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I'm over here like, all right, how do we get out of this
Yeah.
topic?
Yeah. No, I got us out. All right.
But
But yeah,
it's like what Preston said a while back. He said Pet Simulator making stock traders or something like that, a new generation of stock traders, because this game,
yeah.
it relates a lot to the things we were just talking about. The insider trading, it relates
Mm,
to the stock market. There's this whole economy behind this game. And there's people who are really into it, and then there's people who are just like, okay, I think this pet is going to be worth something one day. Let me drop 20
right.
billion on it, and then someday comes around and it's worth 2 billion.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. And I mean, and you have price guides. Like in full disclosure, I'm friends with Bat and Expels and have been for
Mm-hmm.
a long time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Bat when he first started way back with
Easy
Easy.
now.
Yeah, yeah. Rip, man, recipes. I
Yeah.
that hit me, man, when I came back. That
Yeah.
that hit me hard. But
Yeah, me
anyways,
too.
like so I know a lot of people will say like, oh, manipulate. Not from what I've seen. I mean, I've literally been friends with both of them for a long time and I've never
Mm-hmm.
seen that. Now, I get the perception behind it, but the trends seem to follow just what the economy does. Like right now, like you mentioned before, like Titanic's being so cheap. I mean, a lot of that too is the bots, you know, because so many
Mm-hmm.
bots have been removed, and that was like a backbone of the economy to be able to get, especially for clan battles, be
Yeah.
able to get like items and stuff. And now they're so scarce, and because there's no profit in it for them, especially when they're getting banned, and that's the thing, having that tool. That's we were knocking out so many, but now I feel like they're staying away, thinking we still have access to it, but. I
And
mean, hopefully we get it back. I mean, that's kind of the goal. Is
yeah.
like I'm trusted. Admins are trusted. Like just you know, let at least a couple of us, man, get the scammers and the hackers, man. That's all we're
Yeah.
asking for.
Yeah.
Because right now, just every day reading tickets, I got scammed, I got hacked, I got scammed. Sorry, man, can't do anything. Like that's like I said, that ate me up so much inside. It's one of the reasons I mean, I have Crohn's, and so like that's probably why I got sick, and
Mm-hmm.
then and then why I didn't want to come back. So
You know,
I'm not gonna lie, that's how I feel right now. I don't know if I still want to be a moderator. Like if this is what moderating is. Like I said, I left when there was Robux and I came back when there wasn't. Like
mm-hmm.
my job, and it was only because of that tool, mind you. And so being able to do these things, just having them ripped away because we caught people that were hurting their bottom line, that just doesn't rub me the right way, and kind of
Well, one thing
why I
I'll
wanted to
say,
talk to you about it. Yeah.
yeah, one thing I'll say is when you are taking away the ability to moderate the game properly and make the game better for the entire community, just because a few people who dump a bunch of money into this game get upset over something, it's
Right.
just gonna, as you can see, the current CCU, people are just gonna walk away. And
Right.
people are walking away. And
Yep.
I've heard of plenty people who are mods just leaving. And
Yeah.
one of the best mods Big Games had, who was
Oh, thanks,
committed.
man. Oh, not me. Oh, I'm just like, go ahead. I
You
just,
are one of the best
no,
mods.
I'm just messing with you.
So
What?
one of the best mods who was doing everything correctly and did his job correctly, and
You talking about
then
the person I wouldn't name earlier?
yes, did
Yeah. No.
everything to the T correctly
Right. Right.
and did his job correctly. And
Under
then
our current
they,
guidelines,
yeah,
which,
which,
yeah. I mean, it's not like we weren't going to. Nah, now I'm saying witch hunts, which I said the word witch, but like witch, like we were. It was literally just following what we could be certain about,
yeah,
and you know, like my reach wasn't as he's a senior moderator. He did this for a year or
mm-hmm,
so, and so when I came into it, it was only so like whatever he did, like that's he knows what he's doing. And so
yeah,
with me, I tried to stay reserved. I would keep it within just one or two trades, like because always people use an alt and then move it. And so
mm-hmm,
that's super easy to see,
yeah,
especially when they do it to a bunch of people and you see it all. Like it's beyond a reasonable doubt, if you will. And the one that he's done, or a lot of, I'd say 99% of the ones were beyond a reasonable doubt.
yeah,
Anytime you're in a moderating position, you might catch a stray here and there, and that's why we have ticketing, and we have been able to overturn bans. Like, oh yeah, you might be right, that might, but 99, I would even venture to say 99.9% are legit.
mm-hmm,
The way they do it, I almost like tell people it's like the court of law. Like it's not like he's like we're not gonna take your word. Like we need a video and we need to make sure you're showing their Roblox and like it's a specific way before we'll ban anybody. So it just makes it a lot harder. Like say I got scammed. Were you recording? Of course you weren't, because why the hell would you be recording, right?
yeah, yeah.
Like, sorry, contact Roblox. They might give you 100 Robux or something. I don't know. Like, well, they have been. Like, so anybody's got scammed or hacked, contact Roblox. They'll probably give you a little bit of Robux.
Yeah, at that point, why have moderators? Just have a bot that says the same thing over and over again. Kind of like most companies now do nowadays anyways. You go to any, like, your phone bill or something, you're talking to a robot. You go to Amazon, you're talking to a robot. Just do the same thing here. Have a have a Discord bot that tells the player, "Oh, just contact Roblox."
Right. Yeah, I mean, but people don't. I mean, I don't want to disparage the player too much, but they don't read. Like, I mean, you could have everything. They're still gonna like. I got scammed. I need my stuff back. Hurry, quick! And it's like in the ticket. It's like we don't have the tools to get it, and we don't, and we never have. And I mean, that's dev level stuff, and I'm sure even that's probably difficult for them being
Yeah.
in like a production environment. So,
And the
but
devs, they're so busy they can't bother to go,
and
handling
that's
all
one
these
thing.
things.
That's a great point. Like because they are busy, and like I know I like the perception is they're lazy. I don't think they're lazy. I think sometimes they're unorganized or they do too much, you know,
Hmm.
and it's a fast paced environment, you know, being a Roblox game, I'm sure of it, you know, but it's I don't know. I think we've talked about this actually. Like if they just went once every 2 weeks, or just stop Pets Go. It's like okay,
Hmm.
let's cut that loose. You know, put it out of its misery. Let's just go 99 and then just have bi-weekly updates. You know, just have something freaking awesome every other week.
Hmm.
Not what we've had, which is update, which like some fixes that you know that we helped in the like hour or two they've given us to like do testing and then after that, like by Tuesday, it's like okay, that's should have been like you don't have to do that because all the changes in the game, that's what pushes everybody away.
Hmm.
You know, if you set a game, if it's wrong, if the parameters are wrong and it's not 2P, just let it ride because
Yeah.
it's a strategy game. As soon as you start messing with it, you're messing with people's strategy, and now
Hmm.
they don't. They're like, I'm too invested in that strategy. I'm done. So I get when people are like, Nerf games or you know so like big Nerf games. I get it, you know, but because they do, they're like, whoa, we're printing too many of that huge, and
Hmm.
you know, and they nerf it, and it's not like it's not every update,
If
you
it's
know, and that's
broken,
not
if
this is
it's
public
broken, I
information. It's not,
understand.
yeah, right. If it's like, God, what's a good example? I wasn't around during RNG, but it sounds like that's a fun one. Like that was right when I came back. Was right after
Oh,
RNG.
that was the start of the fall of the
I
economy.
know. Well, everything got expensive, right? So when I came back, all my exclusives were selling for a lot, and you know, because I was just moving stuff over, so I took
Hmm.
advantage of it. It was a good time.
Yeah, back then I remember what was it? The whole fight between Cat Clan and Hippo Melon, and 100 million gems in donation was a lot, and now 100 million gems is like
Yeah,
not
I've put in
much.
500 million in my clan, and that's not even very much. That's just what I can afford.
Yeah, and it just seems like it's just getting like the more gems you have isn't even like that much anymore. Like right now on my
Mm-mm.
screen, I got 11.4 billion. To not to say it's not a lot, it is a lot, to some
Mm-hmm.
people, but honestly, it's not even that much. And
No.
it's
Yeah,
this.
I don't usually keep a lot of gems, you know, and
I always keep a lot. I always tend to
yeah,
keep
it's
my gems. I don't
like
like spending unless there's agonies.
I know you and your agonies, man. Dark, like black agonies too.
Yeah, I love
Uh,
all the agonies,
I
all of
blame
them.
you for that corrupt being so damn expensive, man. That thing is freaking expensive. It's like
But-
70
Well,
billion or
90
something like
now.
that. Not,
90.
oh my god, why, dude? Like, why? Just because it looks cool? I mean, it does look cool, but like the patchwork's kind of similar, right? Or is that what's called
Yeah,
patch face? I suck at the names, by the way.
patchwork, you're right.
I'll be like the guy with the thing.
Yeah, the corrupt agony, the way they did that whole thing, I think it was kind of messed up. Not allowing so many to come into the game. The only reason I
Oh,
think it
well,
was messed up because it took me months to buy it.
I know. Yeah, no, I remember when you're hammering on it. Well, I mean, and remember too that first. I think, and I might have this wrong, but I think the first week it was super hard to get the boosts for it, right? And then
Yes.
they buffed because everybody's like, oh, they're Nerf games. They buff a lot of things too. It's
Yes, they
just nobody
do.
talks about it, and so it's. But and that was why we even had a chance after that.
Hmm.
And I didn't get one. I mean, I've hold like 3 or 4 of the huges, but of the maybe more than that actually. I think I sold some, but yeah,
Yeah,
and I
the
like those events.
the events that they did where the Titanics are limited, like the Lush Exalato with the,
Mm,
I think that was the Easter. You
right,
know, at least they do put multiple Titanics. At least it wasn't
right,
just that one Titanic.
right.
There is sometimes where they do things where it is extremely hard to get, but at least there's an easier option.
Sure.
And
Which is nice. Instead,
yeah,
just having one very, very hard thing to do that's
yeah.
like mostly pay to win usually.
But it only upset me because it was the agony. It was the
Yeah.
corrupt agony, and it was the one I
Like,
liked. I hate the wings though. The wings are so ugly. It's like little nubs, little like
yeah,
a
it
bunch
is.
of
I mean, it looks
arms
like
with
a
little
bat, right?
nubs.
Isn't it like a bat or something?
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't
it's
have one.
weird looking, and
Yeah.
but yeah, I was really happy to get it. Actually, when I recorded with Vapor Baby, um, it was like the day before I was gonna record with her. She hatched one. And I
Oh,
told Vapor
dang.
Baby, I was like, Vapor Baby, I'm canceling your episode. I don't want to talk to you ever again.
Yeah, yeah, no. There's a
But
one corrupt Titanic tax on this
yeah.
pod.
And then I got the shiny nightmare sludge, and she loves all nightmare pets, and I'm like, I'll give you the nightmare sludge for that corrupt
Yeah.
agony. She didn't want
No,
to.
no, yeah. Wait, it was a
But
shiny Titanic?
yeah, the shiny Titanic
Oh
nightmare
my goodness.
sludge. It was
Oh,
the
from the
this
leaderboard, huh?
yeah, the slime leaderboard.
Right. Right, right, right.
But
Yeah, I messed that one up, man. Like I got let me think about it. I think I got one of the two. There was two, right? Yeah, I think I got the wizard one or
yeah, the
whatever.
wizard, jelly wizard guy.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then the second week one, I thought I was good. And then just people came. It's just same with this last week, like with the basketball event. I'm like, oh, I'm good at 190. Like that's a good number. Like
Mm-hmm.
nobody's gonna get there.
Yeah.
Like, and this is like when 2000 was like at 110, and then
Mm-hmm.
it was like almost 200. That is what, which they still haven't freaking given out, by the way.
Yeah, and that was a big issue for me. I actually kind of went off.
Yeah, no, you definitely. I mean, we can't
I
get into what we talk about, but you let them know.
Well, what I can say, I can't go too much into it, but what I can
Right.
say is what I find absolutely ridiculous is I'm a pay to win player. I have every single game pass. I have every single luck hatching book. I have everything to boost my luck and be able to get, better pets. If I'm sitting here trying to hatch a basketball Angelus and it takes me 2 days to get a normal one,
Yeah.
how is that fair? It's like impossible. It makes it just so a few people can get it. And
Right.
the rainbow shiny one, I think it was like 2 days before the second rainbow shiny one was hatched. So
Right.
if you have if you're the first one to get the rainbow shiny and you got 50 alt accounts and you take that rainbow shiny and throw the furthest throw on your main account, then your alt
Not if
account,
this
then
is like
another alt
exactly
account.
what happened. Like, I
Yeah,
mean, there's no way it didn't. I mean, there was a picture of dudes like I got 100 Titanics, or
yeah.
I don't know if it was 100, but I mean,
I think it
you
was
saw it.
57 Titanics to
Well, then
get
there was
that.
another one with the slime ones with 81. Or
Hmm.
don't quote. My memory sucks lately, so don't like.
It's just ridiculous because if you want to make an event like this, either don't make it tradable
Right.
or
Right.
make it so everybody could get this pet. Especially
Right.
the pay to win players. I'm not trying to say the free to play players shouldn't be able to get it. Yes, of course, everybody should be able to get it. It just
Have a
should be
chance.
at least within the last 3 days of the event. It should be everybody competing for the furthest throw, not everybody
Sure.
competing for the best pet.
I don't disagree. And when they decide or when yeah, just when it came out as untradeable, uh or wait, no, as tradable, excuse me.
Yeah.
Like it, I think that's why they made it so hard. But if that's the case, if it's tradable, you might as well just make it easier to get for everybody to get. Because now all you did is just create like expert clicks of people that have a rainbow shiny, right? And that's what it
Mm-hmm.
was. Like
Mm-hmm.
you have 2,000 rewards, and I guarantee you 1,500 were people that got at least 5.
Yeah.
You know, like of the 1,500, it's 20. You know, if they just put in the time, rightfully so. You know, good for them. You know that's how they set it up. They followed the rules, and you know, if they weren't exploiting, all you can do is tip your hat.
Yeah,
You know,
and
like
what I was doing with my friends was we all got together, we all put in 5 billion gems, and we bought the Rainbow Shiny, and I think there
that
was
must
like
have been
maybe
late then. 5 billion.
it was like I think we
Wait,
paid
you're talking about
65
basketball week
billion.
2?
Yeah,
Oh, 65. Did you say
65 billion.
65 billion? I thought you
Yeah, it
said
was 5
5 billion.
5 billion each. We pooled it together.
Oh, okay. That makes way
Yes.
more sense.
So
Okay.
we all pooled it together. We all bought the Rainbow Shiny Angelus. I believe it was 65 billion. And yeah, it was 65 billion. And what we were doing was we'll get the orb storm ready, and then right when intermission happened, we would start the orb storm, collect all the orbs, and then just keep
Exactly.
collecting until there was like 1 minute left. When there's 1 minute left, uh, the first person will go and throw. Right after they throw, they trade off the pet
You
to the
trade
second
it.
person, and then
Yeah.
they go throw. And then right after they trade it off, they go and trade it. Right after they throw, they trade it off to a third person. So we get 3 people throwing that pet
Yeah.
every single orb storm. Now,
Yeah.
now if you're doing that with 50 accounts, that's just like
And not having to go to 2 servers like you had to in the
yeah,
first week,
and not having to
right? That
worry
which made it a lot
about
easier.
and not having to worry about you know 2,000, 3,000 other people having this pet because there's
I
only
know.
36 in the game right now.
Right. 30. That's funny because there was 36 for like a minute.
Yeah,
I think
and it was impossible
it
to get.
finished like 50 or 60. Like there wasn't many. Like
Yeah.
we got one with like the last 8 hours left, and I wasn't able to put any other accounts. Like I had one, so I had like 3 accounts where I thought I was good, and I didn't want to go past 3. I mean, I have other alts like in 99. I mean, I could say I'm pay to win, but like most of my passes just came from the Robux I had left from being moderator. Like when I
Mm-hmm.
came back, I was like, all right, I got like 60,000. Let me just get everything. And so
Sheesh.
that's yeah. So I don't I know. Well, I mean, we'd get yeah. They don't get it. It wasn't a small amount. I mean, it's definitely helpful, you know. But again, it all went back into just like even when I was
Hey,
gone for 8 months.
it's pretty much free labor because I'm giving you Robux, you're
And
giving it
people
right
will
back.
line right up to do it, and that's the thing, right? People will line up to do it, and I'm just in a debating stage right now. Like I came
Yeah.
back to help Nixie. That's been done. We got new mods. Half of them, I mean, with all due respect to the new mods, half of them aren't around.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's I
Kind of
feel
like with
bad if I
testers.
do leave, but I if all I'm doing is taking tickets and saying, too bad, sorry.
Yeah.
Like when I knew I used to, yeah. Anyway,
So, something to help the viewer understand more about the whole process of mods. Are you able to talk about the entire process of going
yeah,
about one, finding the person, two, finding out if they actually did do what you're investigating, and then what goes on after?
absolutely. Like, cause that's like we're not under NDA like we're testing. Like
Mm-hmm.
testing, I'm very careful because we can get fined ten
Yeah.
thousand dollars, something like that. And so with this, no, we just I don't. There's no NDAs or anything. So, I mean, obviously, you want to be cool. You don't want to go narc on what other people are saying and stuff, and I won't.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like what our abilities are, like absolutely, I'll go over that. And I mean, basically in game because we're both in game and Discord. Some people are just in game, and then some people are mainly Discord. I mean, everybody has in-game perms. Like a lot of people think Discord mods are like different from in-game mods, and they're not. And so, but I mean, basically, we're looking for exploiters and bots, of course, scammers. But the thing with scams, like it has to be very clear cut. Like like a couple current ones right now is they'll trade you and say, hey, help me with my go to my description and click on the link and join my group, right? But it's a malicious link, and they can take your stuff with that. So that's one. If we see that and we have a video with them showing, like, we'll handle that. But a lot of people will just send screenshots, and we can't do anything with it because it can just be easily manipulated, and it usually is. And I don't want to say usually,
Mm-hmm.
but it's a high enough percent that you got to be careful, of course. And so that's the main hardest part of the job, is knowing, like, we're not forensic scientists, but like a lot of them are pretty clear. However, recently there's a couple that's like, whoa, that, I don't know, like, I see how they banned for that,
Mm-hmm.
uh but anyways, so it's the one thing I will say about big games, is, at least with the moderation and the staff, is it's a very high level before we're going to ban somebody. We're not
Yeah.
willy-nilly out there banning people, and I can appreciate that. I know it pisses a lot of people off, but excuse my language, but it does because they're like, just take my word. And it's like, I can't, man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you can't. So exploiters, bots, scammers, cross traders. Like, the main thing with cross trading is a lot of cross trades are scams, and that's why it's a big deal to ban people for it, right? Because they're like not going first, right? Well, if they're not
Mm-hmm.
going first, you're gonna send them something and they're not gonna ask took off, and so that happens a lot. Like, players buying stuff, like, that's, I feel like, on the totem pole, bad things, that's pretty low. But unfortunately, most of what players cross trade for has been scammed or botted, right? Like, it's not
Mm-hmm.
just stuff they legitimately got. So I don't know. I mean, but when it comes to those, I would say exploiters and bots and scammers are kind of the main focus, and then cross traders there are too. And then with
Mm-hmm.
the Discord, it's obviously just monitoring that and doing tickets, and then we had scam support, where there was like 5 or 6 of us in that. But I mean, how can we support scams if we can't see?
Yeah.
And that's the thing that's affected me the most,
Mm-hmm.
and I've DM'd, devs, I've DM'd like anybody I need to, and I've given it the time. It's just unfortunate, man. That's on the face of it, it just doesn't look good.
Yeah.
But sorry, I keep calling back to that, but scam support. I'll tell you what it was. I mean, basically, it was just to remove hackers and scammers. As I mentioned before, hackers and scammers. They go to the plaza. They to bot to sell for gems. Gems are then sold in the black market. And then the tools that we were able to use was the inventory tracking tool, pet tracker, trade history, stuff like that. And it's invaluable, to be able to see those things. Now, it's a lot of power to have too, so you have to be trusted. That's why not every staff member had it, right? I'd been
Mm-hmm.
around long enough where they trusted me enough. And if they check my logs, I didn't look up a single friend other than one. And I've told him, so I'm okay with this, saying this on this. But Arwen, I looked up his, because sometimes when you look up, like, somebody's got like a lot of pets on their account, it'll like freeze. So I'm like, is it that? Or so I looked his up one time. I'm not going to get into it, man, but that's, yeah. Yeah, and and I
I
told him,
know
and
he's
be like,
got a
bro,
lot of
I don't,
pages.
it just, if it got back to him, I'd be like, that'd be bad, right? But
Yeah.
I just, so only the people are responsible enough to use it for non-personal use, right? And none of us did. They could go back and see all that. Even the person that got, that resigned,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll be very clear, he resigned because of this situation,
Yeah.
and if he wants to come on and talk about it. But yeah, it's we had a lot. It's why I came back when we weren't Robux, is because we had more abilities.
Yeah.
And like, say if I did something like, okay, say somebody got scammed, they moved it to an alt, moved it to a main, and that main is now just has it, or is playing with, or trying to sell the stuff or whatever. I would keep like a flow chart to show, like, okay, this, I'm certain about this, certain about this. Once I wasn't certain, any of us, once we're not certain, it doesn't happen anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the main thing with like cross trade bans. I mean, we're pretty certain if we're gonna ban it.
Yeah.
So and I'll just kind of leave it at
So how many accounts get banned per day, do you think?
that. Oof. Lately, like, well, I mean, just overall as a squad, like as a staff, couple
Yeah,
hundred, I
like
would think.
overall, like everybody banning together.
hmm There's a couple like yeah, I can say this. I mean, I want to give them their credit. Sin and Haru, they're two mods. They put in work. Like Dawn, Release Quack, and she does too, and
Mm-hmm.
Pets and Max. You know, so there's a lot. Yeah, there's a lot. Most of them are usually like Plaza cross trade, people trying to cross trade in Plaza, or like lately the bots in the basketball events. Like I banned probably 200 myself. You
Mm-hmm.
know, over just the 1 week, the second week, and so yeah, it's there's a lot. Like when people say like not a lot gets done in that department, I just kind of cringe because like nah, it's like for how many people we have and how big of a community is. I mean, we get quite a bit done, you know, but it is good. Like I said, you know, Adam will step in, or I don't know if it's Adam, but the devs will step in and do like a ban wave based on their own criteria, and that
Mm-hmm.
helps a lot because they can just, you know, and we're out there like having to find them. They're not hard to find, but you know, it's like it's, you know, you would think it'd be cool to do, and it is. It's kind of cool to go ban things, but ban people or ban bots, but like they don't care. Like you know, if you look at from there and they're like, oh, those are burnt, and they just go to their next ones, their next stolen
Mm-hmm.
accounts, their next accounts they've bought. They don't care, and so it just it kind of makes what we're doing like menial, right? It just makes it feel like it's not as important because it kind of isn't,
Yeah.
you know, especially if we can't do anything.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of RuneScape. I've been playing RuneScape since
Yeah,
2000,
we talked
2003.
about that too. Yeah, yeah.
So I've been
You made
playing
a
since.
reference that I recognize, but I don't play it a lot, or I didn't play it a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But you made a reference I recognize. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Yeah,
A lot of my suggestions that I've given in the past had to do with RuneScape. But
yeah, it's a good game. I mean, it's a
yeah,
good
I love it.
structured game.
Yeah, it was my childhood. So
Yeah, yeah.
I hold it close to my heart. I even she's probably gonna hate me for saying this, but I even told my wife before we got married, I'm like, I have to be able to know life double XP weekend every double XP weekend. If you don't accept this, I can't marry you.
It's like a prenup.
And she was like, "Yes, you could know life double XP
uh,
weekend every double
yeah.
XP weekend. It's fine."
As long as you give me 6 kids, done.
Yeah, that was
Which is
the
wild then.
that was the other part of the deal. 6 kids.
Sure, yeah, exactly. Like, done. You just
But
had to follow through.
with RuneScape, they have a huge botting problem. Huge botting problem. And oh, I forgot where I was going with this. Um,
Just bots or
oh, where was I
hack,
going
or
with
because we were
this?
talking about like different
Oh,
hackers and
now I
scammers.
remember. Now I remember. There was this there's this YouTuber, Sir Pugger, and he covers like all the bots and everything, and he investigates it, and he'll actually talk to the people who run the bots. And there's this one dude, he makes millions of dollars a year from botting and selling all the coins and everything.
Like I said, there's
And
some smart ass, oh, excuse me, smart people. You know what I mean? And I know why they do it, because but I mean they could like solve world peace if they just like put their mind to it.
yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah. And I can only imagine how much they're making off of this because they their entire process is botted. Like they bot making the accounts. They bot getting the stuff. I don't know about scamming.
But
I don't know
even
if they
with
can.
that, the demand of the game is still pretty high.
Yeah.
Is it because it's support? Because that's my theory with Pet Sim. Like once the bots were gone, or they're not all gone, but most of them are. Like
Hmm.
that, like I said, that inventory line is gone, and it just changed the entire economy of the game because you don't have you know, every like the demand of these things go up. You know,
Hmm.
like event items usually. So
Yeah,
like,
and if you look at how many gems are in the game right now, there's 479 trillion gems in this game right now, which is
which
absolutely insane.
I mean I don't think I would be crazy to say probably like 100 trillion are unbanned accounts. Like I mean, that's, and this is me just pulling a number out of my behind. Like I don't know, but it's a lot. Like I
Yeah.
mean. those bot networks that other person used to dismantle, if you will.
Yeah.
Um, it
It
was
would have
hundreds of billions a day.
hundreds of
Like
billions
that's
on
why
them.
I know that. So yeah, but yeah,
You know, I wish there was. I even suggested it to the devs one day. Having a announcement when someone was banned with a lot of wealth on it, and I think that would help with making people
like
be
a
like,
global announcement.
yeah, a global announcement, be
Yeah,
like, player 123 was just banned with a total wealth of 180 billion gems.
yeah. So they know how many gems are burned or something, or at
And
least
also,
have
it'll also
some
deter
API to
people.
call back to.
It'll
Yeah,
deter people from, oh, that person is
sure.
really rich and they banned them. Okay, I guess I'm not
Right.
gonna go on eBay and buy some gems.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So,
Like
eh,
and even and like I said, like of all the I don't want to call them crimes, but infractions, I guess that's probably
mhm,
the least one in my mind because most people don't know where they're coming from. They're just trying to save
yeah,
a few bucks. So I get it, but
mhm.
it is I don't know. How to explain it.
It's, I'll be honest. On RuneScape, I bought coins before.
For sure.
Yeah, I got banned, but I bought coins and never bought coins again because I got banned. But
Right.
in that game, it was really, really grindy, and for me to get, I think I bought was like 20 million gems back, or not gems, 20 million coins. And at that time, coins were kind of like the beginning of Pet Simulator when 20 million gems was a lot of gems. At that
Right.
time, 20 million coins was a lot of coins. And I
Remember
was
when
like,
1 million gems a lot?
yeah.
Like before they released or they upped the cap like first Halloween or something like that.
It wasn't the first,
Like
I think the first cap was what, 25 million?
it was well yeah, up from I think 1 million. Yeah. And that was
Yeah.
like when did you start PetSimX?
Oh, I was talking
You
about
said 20.
99. Um,
Oh, my
yeah,
fault.
PSX I started when that neon egg was around.
Okay, so a little later then. Yeah,
Yeah.
like when sorry. Yeah, so like yeah, there was a time where like I had one of every exclusive and I ended up selling them. And this is before the very first Halloween event when the people with a pumpkin cat.
Yeah.
And if I would have just kept them, man, like they were worth so much more. I mean, like any economy, right? Like that's why I don't buy and sell a lot of stuff. I mean, the game is really that two games in one. It's a
Mm-hmm.
grindy game with now like these side games, that they do, or it's a trading game, or you just go and trade a lot
Yeah.
and make gems that way, and so I can see its appeal, but
Yeah, I know Bat's main thing on this game is trading. He'll
yeah,
try out the update, but then he'll just hop off and go play something else, or he'll go trade. He'll do the update for a little bit, but he's never really focused that on the update. He's
mm-mm,
always focused on trading. That's his favorite part of the game. And
absolutely.
I tried it.
It's why
It's
I'm not
fun.
surprised to see him in that position. Like, because he wasn't when I left, he wasn't. I don't think he had anything to do with Cosmic. I might be wrong, but
Hmm.
and then when I came back, he's like running it. I'm like, damn. Like, I'm not surprised. I'll put it that way. He
Yeah.
was the guy that traded in our group,
Hmm.
if you will. So
Yeah, when I met Easy, I was telling Easy my daughter wants a rainbow dragon. And so he was like, "All right, I got someone that could help you." And that's when I met Bat.
yeah, that
And
was his dude.
he found me that rainbow dragon within like
Yeah,
20 minutes and for a good
exactly.
price too. So I gave him an extra, I don't know how much, but I gave him extra on top of it as a thank you, a finder's fee.
That's cool. I
And
actually unfriended Bat once, like twice,
really,
because like, well, yeah, because like you said, like so Petsimics at the end when they had those 100 chests or whatever, uh, and we only had 200 spots, which sounds like a lot, but it's not. So I'd have to make room, and like I would always add half a day, and then he wouldn't grind anymore. So I'd like, yeah, I'd remove him like twice, and then finally, once I got to know him more, and I
hmm,
already knew Easy, then obviously I left him on. But it's funny to me. Like I've told him that multiple times. Like I
yeah.
unfriended you twice. Just, I
Oh,
mean, you don't have the room.
I
especially when boost was so important.
yeah. I want to unfriend Bat like every other week.
Just cause.
Because
Just
I'll ask him about a pet. I'll be like, okay, how much for this pet? I want to buy this
hmm
pet. And be like, I'll sell it to you for 20 billion. And then I'm like,
and
oh,
it goes
that's
down.
a little pricey. And then my wife goes and messages him and be like, oh, I want to buy this
Oh,
pet. And he'll be like, oh, I'll give it to you for 15 billion. And
yeah.
I'm like, why does she get a discount and I don't?
Man, don't question it. Take
He's
the
like,
five
I like
billion
her
discount.
more.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's funny. That's how you said it too. Like, yeah, that's fair enough. Like,
Yeah.
no, he's cool, man. He's a good dude. Like, recently, like a bunch of staff members got because he's a mod too now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the Rainbow Carbuncle because it was like insanely cheap for what it was,
Yeah.
and I didn't have enough. And so he like paid the extra 4 billion or whatever it was.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought that was cool. He won't let me pay him back. So, and I don't take anything from anybody. So
Yeah,
like, not that that's a flex, but it's
he'll go out and buy an agony for me because he knows I want it, and like a rainbow shiny, the rainbow shiny corrupt huge agony. He went and bought that for me. I didn't have the gems right away, but it took me, I'd say, about 3 weeks to pay him back. But he just gave me the pet. He didn't wait
yeah,
until I had the gems to give it to him. He gave it to me. I paid him back slowly. Like every other day, I'd be like, "All right, I put 5 billion in your mailbox." He's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because I owe you." He was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot."
yeah, exactly. Like even bringing up that thing recently, I'm like, let me pay you back for what? The Rainbow Carbuncle. Oh no, that's fine. Dang man. All right,
Oh, he
but
doesn't say that to me. He'll be like, "Okay, yay, I'm rich."
no, I only brought it up once, and it was kind of like a half. Let me pay you back because I mean I'm not gonna at least offer like later because I had the gems. But he said
Hmm.
like whatever, that's cool. I'll accept something because like I don't like especially like community members because they always send you like their only and it's like don't do that, man. I reject all those because unless it's like somebody that I know is rich and then it's
Yeah.
like okay, I'll take that. But yeah, yeah, it's well, and the funny thing is like my alt, so like I'm J Steezy underscore 80, but my
Mm.
alt is J Steezy 80. It's just happened to be that I use the underscore one for my main account on this one.
Yeah.
And so when people send me stuff, I won't even go on my alt because it's not one I'm even using. It was like a PetSimX alt, and I'll go
Mm.
on there and it's like 30 huges, and it's like dang it, man, there are like 30 things in the mail. I'm sure you deal with it. I'm sure partners deal with it.
Yeah,
People
I
just send you
actually
random stuff.
I actually put my mailbox on friends only yesterday because
That's smart.
yeah, I have a few people who keep sending me huges and then adding like 500 mil, sending another 500 million or a billion asking me to sign. And
Yeah, with the signatures too. I kind of forgot about that part.
yeah, they want to pay me 500 million to a billion and then I'll just go and reject it because, I for one, I have a
Yeah,
strict policy when it comes to signing. So for me to sign a pet, you have to be an actual fan, an actual
like in the
supporter.
community,
Yeah,
right?
in the Bloxs Family community, those are the people I sign for.
Right.
You could see how many signs I have right now, how many pens. I have 722 pens. That means there's 88 pets with a Bloxs Family signature on there. And
Wait, say that
I
again.
I have 722 pens, so that means there's only 88 pets in the game right now with a Bloxs Family
Oh,
signature.
because you only get a certain amount.
Yeah, we get 100 every month, I think, and I've only signed 88 pets.
That makes sense. Okay, because I
Yeah.
did hear about that when I came back. Because like right when I became a mod, we could sign. I didn't get my in-game perms quick enough to be able to sign, but I'm honestly happy we can. Like I don't want to deal with that. Like I mean, mainly because I know things can glitch. Like,
Yeah.
and it's just any Roblox game. I don't want to pet something, but it can be shaky. I don't want to send something back to somebody and then they say they did it and now it's a big thing. So
Yeah.
like, That's
Yeah.
or I sent it in your mailbox and you never returned it. You stole my pet. Like stuff I'm sure everybody's dealt with, right? Their partners. So
Yeah, I've
it's
had
just a lot to deal
people.
with.
I've never had that happen, but I've had people gift me a huge. Like I had someone gift me like a shiny Angelus or something, and then like 2 months later be like, "Oh, I want
I
that
want that
back."
back. Yeah,
Yeah.
no. It's why I send them back because they always I mean they kind of build favor and I get it,
Yeah.
but like they instantly regret it, especially if it's like they're only huge. And I'm
Hmm.
speaking more Pet MX because I was kind of more like nowadays it's a little different.
Yeah.
You don't see please pet as much.
No,
And
you still see it. I
you still
always
see
tell
it,
them.
but not like Pet MX. Pet
I
MX was like could have been like the theme name of the it's
please
like
pet
Pet
instead of
MX,
please
please pet.
donate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, please exactly. A whole
But
other game.
what I usually tell people is whenever they're saying please huge, I'll be like, dude, go play the event for 10 minutes and you'll get a huge.
Right. Like
That's how
in general,
common
all
they
the
are now.
time. I've never gotten a huge before. Then you aren't trying. Because I
Yeah.
literally got 4 today. Like, on my free account, like on my no pass account. Like
Hmm.
slime event, people are like, I ain't getting a huge. It's like, well then you're not playing. Like that's just what it is.
Yeah. So back onto the whole moderator thing. What is the highest wealth account you've come across that you had to ban?
Oh, that ban. Oof.
Hmm.
I don't remember. If you ask the other person, then I'm not gonna say his name. He would tell you. He knows. Like he was very prideful about these things, and rightfully
Hmm.
so. I mean, because and he was able to lock down this stuff, right?
Yeah.
For me, I have to think about it. Like it would have been. It definitely would have been when I was in scam support. I, I think 50 billion gems. I don't know. Like I'm just guessing at that point. I know it was a lot, and I know like bots in the plaza. Actually, I do know of one where one had like 70 billion gems,
Hmm.
and it was basically again the way they do it is all bot. Like, you got like hundreds of accounts. They all funnel down to like one or two accounts. The stuff. That's
Hmm.
why like you used to see it. You don't see it much anymore. Where somebody'd show up and everything would be way under wrap, and they'd
Yeah.
have tens of thousands of because it's all
Hmm.
funneled, and then trying to track that stuff, pain, man. But 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 you see it happen. So that would probably be it, and that's just like a bot and hacking and scamming network, but not like
Yeah.
somebody specific. But um, I know in Pet SimX I banned somebody that was on the leaderboard. I can't remember the name right now, but I had
Ooh.
I had full admin approval, and it was I don't know what they were worth, but that was a big one.
Hmm.
Like where people were like unban so and so. It's like, well, if you knew exactly what they did, you probably wouldn't say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so that's probably it. Just scam support. I know there was one that between 50 and 80 billion, and
Hmm.
that was the main account for that network. But But that's
It,
that's and that's why I'm saying like there's a lot of gems on band accounts, a lot of pets on band accounts. And so if they one thing that would help the economy is to know what's actually active. And when I mean active or ever, like but
you
is
cut out
still
there.
an active account. Yeah, it's like still accessible, if you will.
Hmm.
Like that would be good to know and that would help the economy. I doubt they would do that because that would probably be a big number. Like it'd be
Well, they do
like a
have the
lot.
live exist account now.
But when you ban an account, it still exists, right? It's just existing on an account you can't log. So like a
Oh.
banned account, all it does is it's literally just kicks you. When you log in, it kicks you. And
So,
so all the
so
stuff's still there. Like it's still being tracked in the game.
okay, so I know a good example.
Sorry, I should explain that a bit earlier. But yeah, it doesn't go away. Like I'm sure the devs can do something with it, but like as far as I know, let me plausible deniability here. Like as far as I know, like the tracker they have, the website, the big that's everything. That's including banned accounts.
Hmm.
But I could be wrong.
I know one example would be the shiny huge anime agony. Um, there's 47 exist, but I know of one that is on a banned account because at some point I was trying to buy every single one and I owned 22 of them.
Oh, nice. But
Yeah.
you didn't get that one. But it's on a
Yeah.
banned account.
It's
Yeah,
on a
no,
banned account.
and do you remember the okay? And so, and I'm gonna stay super impartial on this because, like, Nixie's a friend. Not only is she's community manager and my boss, if you will, but she's a
Hmm.
friend. But the whole like sizzle jelly stuff, that was like the goal of that was, from what I understand, is to get into those accounts that were banned and get that stuff and get it back to people who were scammed.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how it really went down, but I don't know that was I do know. I do know that that was like the gist behind it, right? And so,
Yeah. So
and I'll leave it at that because I don't know anymore.
So what the whole process of the Jelly Fund, I think it was called. It's been
Hmm.
so long since anybody has talked about it, but the
My
Jelly
bad.
Fund.
I wasn't around, man. Like all I got is hearsay. So
So what the Jelly
proceed.
Fund was Sizzle Jelly Queen, Sizzle Jelly Dead. They started this whole fund to help people get stuff back that were scammed.
Right.
And the
Which is
process
cool.
was, yeah, and the process was they would utilize the tools that pretty much you
This is
guys
this,
lost.
and to be clear, yeah, this is the exact same tool we're talking about.
Yeah.
Ours had a little more capabilities towards the end because it was developed, but it's literally the same thing.
Yeah.
It's just harder to understand. That's all.
So they use the mods, big games mods, and
Hmm.
would find out, was this person really scammed? Okay, this person was scammed, but we can't get that pet back. So what the
Hmm.
fund was doing was it was all donations until later on we found more information out. But it was in the beginning, everybody knew it was all
Oh, is that
donations.
what I was talking about? Getting stuff off accounts? It's just what I've heard.
Yeah.
Allegedly, I should probably start allegedly, but yeah.
No, it's fact because Jelly Dad went and put out a whole statement about it. But so people would donate stuff and then they give them out, something at least around the same worth of what they
Yeah.
lost. And
Which on its
then
face is awesome. Like I'm happy
yeah,
that became a thing. But
in
if it stayed a thing,
it I think I feel
you're
like a
choosing your
lot of
words now.
yeah, I'm just trying to
No, I
avoid
get it.
any future drama that may come from
I
it.
work in
But
insurance. I get it. You gotta
I
be,
think I think
liabilities everywhere.
yeah. I think a lot, not a lot, I would say a good portion were faked scams. So
That's
I
the
get
problem.
I get my alt to scam my main account and then trade it off
Right.
to this account, trade it off that account.
That
They
actually
follow the
happened when I
history.
worked at Xbox a lot too.
Yeah.
People would do that. Yeah, because you if they called it unauthorized access. So if you took access to somebody's account with a credit card, you could buy all the games and then download them because you bought
Hmm.
them on that console. They'll work for every profile, even if the account gets taken back. But then also, they charge back the games, but there's no way to take the DRM away. So the person that got hacked gets the free games. So
Oh
people would
wow.
do that. They would act like they got hacked, just charge the snot out of a card, and then they would get caught, and then like there'd be no facts. It's like $1,000 in games. Like I don't know.
It
I
actually
work for
reminds me.
yeah.
It actually reminds me of the Blockbuster days. My brother would go to Blockbuster, he'll rent a game, bring it home,
Man.
make a copy of it,
So
and
kids,
then bring.
Blockbuster is a place you had to go, like a physical building to get a movie and a game. All right, go
Yeah,
ahead.
it's been so long. So he
Yeah,
would rent a game, a PlayStation 2 game, come home, he'll not download it, but copy it, burn it onto a
yeah.
DVD.
And have a mod chip.
What if for the kids, a CD is this round disc that holds memory.
Yeah, it's physical media. Like, what's physical media?
I would say it's like a memory card, but you probably don't know what that is
It's like a
either.
mirror. It's like a circular mirror.
Yeah, you could look at yourself.
Yeah,
But he would copy it onto another one and then bring it back and be like, this wasn't working. I think I'm just gonna get a different game and then just go and get a different game.
he's just ripping their entire library of games. Because yeah, if you had a mod chip for both PlayStation 1 or 2, you could bypass like whatever the privacy stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
burn games work just fine. Like especially like PlayStation 1, like they'd work in the computer. Like there was some software I can't remember. Like God, I'm gonna age myself, but I'm 44, so I'm born
Mm-hmm.
in '80, hence the Steezy '80, and PlayStation games were just literally like FAT32, right? They were just regular, files, and then
Yeah.
they would play on a PlayStation, but you could play it in a regular, and so that's how I'd play Gran Turismo,
Oh,
through
I love
Bleem
Gran
or
Turismo.
Bleem, is that what it was? I don't know. There was software back then that you could do it, and it was fun, right? Like now, I mean, I could play anything on my phone. Like that's
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah.
I just finished Final Fantasy 3 again. Like I've played that game. Like I go through the Final Fantasy series quite a bit, and 2 and 3 I play just 'cause it's on my phone. When I'm
Yeah.
just knock it out, and I've beat them both at least
Yeah.
3 times in the last couple of years.
And when we were kids, our teachers would always say, our math teachers would always say, you're not going to be walking around with a calculator in your pocket at all
Yeah,
times.
right.
Well,
Exactly. Like
joke's
you're
on
not always
you.
You're right. It's augmented into my vision. You just ask Alexa like what it is. You're
Yeah.
right. I just have to ask the robot. But yeah, no, it's a trip what you can do nowadays. But I
Yeah.
mean, it's funny because when you take a step back, it's in its infancy, like AI and just even text AI, and then
Hmm.
obviously visual AI. It's just funny because you could tell there's gonna be a day we can't tell anymore, and
Oh,
that's
there's that
that's
the Bigfoot vlogs that's going on right now. It
is
looks
it
real.
really?
Yeah, it's just Bigfoot with what is it, a selfie stick running around the
Oh, I think I
woods.
did see that where it's a
It
dude.
looks real.
Is it just a mask on him or something? Like not a mask in the physical sense, but like a filter.
No, it's AI. Completely
It's just
created with
all
AI.
AI. Oh,
The
I
entire
thought it was like
video, the
something.
voice, everything.
That's wild.
Yeah, it's called Bigfoot Vlogs or something like that. And
That's
it's
crazy.
funny. It's hilarious. I could sit there for hours watching it. It's so funny.
No, yeah, this is exactly what I saw. Like I just looked it up, and yeah, or I didn't. I only saw like 10 seconds. It was earlier today, so
Yeah.
that's funny. I'll check that out.
But, with the whole AI thing, it's just getting crazier and crazier. And, back to what we were talking about, that was one of the biggest things with Sizzles was the whole AI thing.
Hmm.
A lot of people giving them trouble because of the AI voice. And
Oh, right. Yeah, and I don't want to speculate. There's obviously I've heard things like from both sides. I don't know. We're like, yeah, that's true. That's not true. But
me
yeah,
personally, I have
yeah,
no facts on anything.
same.
I'm neutral in all positions. I don't comment on drama. Same
Like
with
I
politics.
I will say I
Drama's
trust
in the
what
house.
Nixie tells me, about the situation, but it as far as like the situation, I can't speak on it. I don't know,
Yeah.
so I can attest.
I know people have more information than I do, so I stay out of it and let them handle it.
Yeah, I just don't ask, just do my job.
But to get back to the topic of the fund was after a while there was a bunch of drama and everything, and then he put out a statement saying that he was using the tools to get scammers unbanned, and those scammers would have to give their half of their inventory to
Mm.
the fund so they could keep the fund going because donations were low. And
Was this approved or was it like, as far as from your understanding,
as
not
far
factual
as I
information?
as far as I know, I don't
I'm covering you.
think anybody at Big Games knew exactly what he was doing with the tools because
Right.
they gave
I
him the
thought it was
tools.
wild. When I came back, like the day I told Nixie, I'm like, because she lost a couple mods, I'm like, I'll help until we get new ones. They came on, like something happened, and I'm like, that's when I found out. I was like, you gave somebody like this tool is like this
Mm-hmm.
almighty powerful tool. Like you just gave it to somebody. Like I couldn't wrap my brain around that at first. I was like, he must have been very trusted then.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah,
because it was
I would
basically just
never.
other dude that I won't name, and then him that had access at that time.
Yeah. And it's pretty crazy. I don't think anybody knew exactly what he was doing, but he did end up putting a statement out and coming clean about it and saying, yes, I was unbanning scammers and taking half of their inventory to fund the Jelly Fund. And, you know, yes, it, good things come from that, but
Hmm.
still you're unbanning a scammer.
That's the issue. Yeah.
You're reintroducing the of the cause of why we need the Jelly Fund. You
Right.
reintroduce that into the community. It's like we're putting out a fire by lighting
Just
up
a
another fire, even
yeah,
though they do actually
and
do
being
that.
like,
But
hope you don't do it again. I mean, it's funny because being in my position, there's two types. There's career, almost cussed again, sorry. Career scammers. I just don't
mhm,
like them, man. You can tell.
yeah,
Like, I just thieves and liars and thieves, man. Just
hmm,
keep them away. But like their career, like they're in a country where this like a dollar, US dollar to them is probably like a day's wages. And I
yeah,
don't know if that's true, but you know what I mean? It goes a lot further. And
hmm,
so for them, there's an incentive doing these things. And then you have people that try to copy other group and they're not good at it. They might get away a bit, but they just they're not cycling stolen accounts like the I don't know the cartels. You know what I mean? Like the professional ones, right? They're
yeah,
not because those people just buy accounts for like cents on the dollar,
hmm,
and then just like hope like there's stuff on there, and if there's not, then they just use it as like a middleman account to move stuff.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And that's why having again going back to the tool, that's why it was so invaluable to see where it went. Now, if you like if it's like 4 days later, right? And it's like traded a couple times, you can't do nothing at that point because it might have been legitly traded, and it probably was legitly traded. And so there's not a lot you can do as far as like stopping that pet from being in circulation, right?
yeah,
But as far as the scammers, though, you can still deal with them. You know,
hmm.
that's more than enough information. So, anyways,
Yeah, they need to give back the tools to the mods and let the mods do their
just give them to the
job.
admins. Like, man, forget me.
You know,
Like,
and
just give them to
also
admins. Like, give them to somebody.
stop catering to the rich. Stop
Yeah.
catering to the whales. No,
Yeah.
that's one thing that really bothers me is, you know, if a whale in the game, they complain about something and demand it to be reversed, just like this whole situation
Hmm.
that we were talking about earlier, and it
Right.
is reversed, but whatever happened actually did happen, and it was a legit ban by the book, nothing exaggerated, all the proof is there. That person should remain banned. And
Right.
I
Oh,
I
and
am
that's
also
the other thing
friends
I
with the
didn't bring up.
person. I'm also
Yeah, that
I'm
that
also
person has since
friends.
been unbanned, by the way. Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know.
30-day ban.
Yeah,
But
right.
I
Well,
am
it was
also friends with the person that we are
sure.
talking about, and I've
Yeah,
known him since PSX. Was a good friend. Haven't talked to him in a while, but we were good friends at some point. I don't know what happened, but once I heard about it, I was like, well, damn, you shouldn't have done
yeah,
that.
yeah. On, I mean, I was gonna say on your main too. Like, you shouldn't do it anyway. But but and that's the thing. Like, I don't know him that well. I didn't know him back in PSX. I mean, or at least if we were friended, we unfriended at some point because we weren't.
Hmm.
But when I came back and I was yes, it's just a good dude, very generous dude. Um, I'm not. That's not my sole focus. That's not even my focus at all. Like he's um, it's just how it happened. That's all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like player A, spends a lot of money. Player A gets caught cross trading. Player A, basically doesn't have the same rules. You know what I mean? And it
Yeah.
just feels like a money thing. And I hope it's not that way. And that's what I'm trying. Is I hope it's something bigger than that. But I've given everybody a chance to respond to me about everything,
Hmm.
before doing this.
Yeah.
And it's been over 2 months. And I even told myself I wouldn't be here for more than a month around.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, at this point, like I mean, as long as Nixie wants me around, I'll probably stick around just because. Like, I mean, I don't. Well, just because I know we don't have many people,
Yeah.
and that was, I mean, one of the main reasons I came back. Is I was just around talking, like just saying, "What's up, everybody? Sorry, everybody." But yeah, just not doing too much, for myself. Like if I could, I will. But
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I do think that staff, just in general, like admins for sure, they do a ton of stuff. Like
Mm-hmm.
that mods, like they do like the normal day to day stuff, but admins have to do like just all kinds of extra stuff, right?
Yeah.
Like just give somebody access to the tool. Like give somebody, like if they're trusted enough, give it to them. Let them, if we have a bad enough case, it goes to have a triage, it goes to a certain level, then have them do it. So it's not doing every single one, right? Because if we were doing every single one like we were before, like I was spending 2-3 hours a day, like on the days that I was doing it, because you have to track everything. You have to track everything. You have to mark everything. You have to be absolutely certain.
Yeah.
And so it wasn't like I was having fun doing it, but I just had the ability to do it.
Yeah.
And
It, so
yeah,
who has the ability now? If the admins don't
I have
even
no
have it,
idea.
who has the
Well, and
ability?
I'll be very clear. I don't know. I'm pretty sure they don't. Pretty sure nobody on the support team does. I feel like it was extended. I'm surprised even when I was gone that because it wasn't Pets and Max. We didn't have any of that. And
Mm-hmm.
so when I came back, and that's what I can do something now. Like I can actually like contribute, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was. I don't think admins do now. Like I don't even know if Nixie does. Like I don't quote me on that, of course, but like I think it's just the devs reeled it back. Um, and to their credit, there is a lot of liability,
Mm-hmm.
especially because it didn't have a lot. I mean, it logged your information as far as I know, but it didn't have like a login system. And
You
so
keep cutting out a little
once,
bit.
oh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. It's just you cut out every once in a while.
Oh, my fault. Yeah, so I was just saying it doesn't have a log system until very late, and so uh, it was you know it could be used for the wrong purpose, right? And
Yeah.
it sounds like it was in certain cases, but like nothing specific, just that people are looking up people they shouldn't. And that's why I was very clear about like I'm not looking up the moment I had access. I'm like, it's tempting. You want to see what your friends have and stuff, right? Or whatever, right? But you can't. Like, and only again, like I had a legit professional up R1's account because I know he has one of the biggest accounts,
Yeah.
and it's like, and it would error out if the account was too big. So I had to like check mine. It pulled up, and then let me throw his. It's not like I'm searching through it though, but yeah, it is frustrating that
Yeah, they can't give me
it's
that tool because I'd be checking everybody's inventory for agonies that I need.
well, and that's what I even said at the end, like because it did have logging where you had to log in, and
Mm-hmm.
so that it would log at least specific to an account, all your moves and all your actions. Like that should be enough to be able to go
Okay.
see. I just don't think they have the manpower to look into it, and they don't trust us. I mean, that's what it comes down to. They don't trust us.
So they could search up a certain player and be like, "Oh, this person checked their inventory. This person went through and
A
see
certain
everything."
mod, like a certain person. Yeah, I mean, at near the end, and again, I didn't run the site or the overlay. Like I think
Yeah.
overlay they gave more function, but I didn't run those things. But I believe it was implemented so that for that reason, so you can, you know, whittle down or whatever, right? Like if there was some issue where somebody did something they shouldn't, you can see like, oh, on this day at this time they looked up this person's stuff,
Yeah.
right? That's
Okay.
how it should have been to begin with. But like, and that got implemented and then it got taken away. It's like, and that was my biggest thing when I'm reaching out to the people I have is, hey, we got logs now. Like I don't, like I understand it's a liability thing. I understand like the trust isn't all there because we're not under NDAs and stuff.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a handful of us that have been around a long time
Mm-hmm.
and that are trusted, and it's just I don't know, man. I'm here doing a job for free. Like the least you can do is give me the tools. So
Yeah. Yeah, we need to get the tools back for the mods. We need, at least the admins, like you said, we need to get those back because there is like a huge scamming problem with this game.
Hmm. Well,
And
in the auction thing I just ran into, like that's more of an exploit, you know.
hmm
All I know is I didn't put 7B or 7 and 9 zeros.
yeah,
Like
you only put a one.
yeah, I bid a gem, looked down, yeah, like I mentioned before, it was, and I won't get them back, but it's okay. Like it's a game, but it's not. It's frustrating. I mean, I can't not say that.
Well, somebody's going to send you 7 billion gems just
No,
for
stop.
listening to this.
Don't.
Watch.
No, don't do
We're
that.
going to
Please
start a
don't.
GoFundMe
I'm
here. It's called the
shutting my mail
Steezy
now right
Fund.
now. It's off.
We're
No,
starting the
I'm not even gonna
Steezy
get.
Fund. You're going to end up
No,
having like
no.
600 billion gems in your mailbox.
Yeah, I know. I can get like my first gargantuan or
Yeah,
something.
you could go
Yeah.
get me that patchwork gargantuan for helping you
Yeah,
out.
there you go. There you go. Yeah, I mean, once I left and came back, I just don't do as pay to win as I was, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, it's been a lot more fun. I mean, but I do have all my pets and max, which I was like top 100 on both leaderboards. So it's not a little bit amount of stuff,
hmm
to bring over. So, but it's been fun not having to just, pay money all the time.
Yeah. So, is there anything else you would like to talk about? Any topics that you've been waiting to be brought up?
Not really. I mean, I think that I mean, I'm all over the place, but that's not normal or that's not unnormal for
Oh,
me.
we've talked about everything in this episode.
I
We talked
trust
about
me. And
politics.
I'm
We talked about PlayStation and Blockbuster.
Blockbuster. Again, a brick and mortar building. You had to physically like walk in. Then
With
we
a
get a little
membership.
card. You had to slide your card and be like, "This is me," like a library card.
Yep.
And then you pay them some money, and then you forget to bring it back, and you owe them like 100. I don't know how many times I forgot to bring stuff back and owed late. But no, man, that's it. Like, just my main thing is, I hope they're more serious about the scamming and hacking because it is bad. It's bad. Like,
It really
it's
is.
why a lot of people have left. It's why it's gotten to the point where the people left. Now the bots have nobody to. I don't want to say exploit. It's not the right word, but exploit, I guess. And so it's not worth their time. Plus the bot measures. It's just it doesn't. Yeah, it just at least like let us get because it's always like a couple people doing most if not all of it, right?
Yeah.
And if we can just knock those down like a way, I mean, at least it would divert it for a little bit, and that's better than nothing.
hmm
So
what I will say about my pet simulator experience is been playing this game for a few years now. Love it. My wife and I play it daily. Not lately. Lately we've been not really playing it much. But, we've bought the merch. We bought every Game Pass on multiple accounts. We've invested so much into this game. And just like lately it's just we're losing the love for the game. We
kind of
are
feels like a cash grab. Like
yeah.
I hate to say that, but like every event just seems
And
like
you
if
you
if
see
a
me
game is
going off about it.
obtainable. Yeah, no, I know. Absolutely. Yeah. But if a game like if it's as long as it's attainable using free to play, I'm fine with it. But if
hmm
you absolutely have to buy something to do the best, like obviously you're not in free to play, you're not going to ever, but at least it's attainable. At least you
Yeah.
can do 150 million things to get there. But that's the part I don't like about Pessimism is there's always something like in this instance the mechanical griffin, right? You can't
hmm
get that unless you pay money,
Yep.
and so and that's by far the best pet by far,
Yep.
like hands down,
hmm
for the event. And so I feel you, man. It just seems like I hope this isn't the case, and I mean we can kind of end it on is that it just feels like they're trying to get as much money as they can. It kind of peters out, and they try to do something else big.
Yeah.
Like it's just trying to get as much as they can before.
hmm there was
And
actually
maybe that's a
one.
reaction to losing money. I don't know. And it could be we could be wrong. Who knows, right? It could just be outside looking in, but I'm pretty sure it doesn't. It's just gotten more and more that way.
Yeah, it seemed
And
like Bubblegum Simulator
yeah, and grow a
did a
garden
number to
and
this. hit a
Yeah.
number to them. But there is
Well, and Grow
something.
Garden too,
Oh, go ahead.
is for, mostly free to play, right? So I haven't
Mhm.
played it, but I know a lot of people. And so that's a new model coming on that's like you don't have to be fully pay to win. Like, you can have like a crack pack per se and not have all these like super OP passes and people are like what are they millions or something? Like that's just
Yeah,
kind of blowing my mind. I
16
haven't played
million
it because I don't have
players.
time. Like we're going into summer and stuff, but yeah, anyways.
Yeah, I have my speculations about the CCU on that game, but I'm not going to talk
Sure.
about it.
Yeah.
But
It'll be another hour.
there is something I was trying to get at earlier in the episode was I was talking about how testers get hate on Twitter. And
Right.
something that players don't know is that we are the messenger for the
Hmm.
developers. If there's an issue, we're the ones bringing it to them, bringing it to their attention and letting them know there's this issue. If there's something that's not balanced, we're the ones that's going to be like, okay, we didn't catch this during testing, but it's an issue right now. And then that's where you get patches, like this patch with the current event. That was
Right.
just mainly testers getting together and being like, okay, we should do this and this and this. And then that's when the developers listen. We
Yeah,
are
that's what I meant by like I feel like it should have been the first update, but I get it. Like,
yeah.
it took time for us to figure it out.
You know, I I hope I'm not saying too much and they're gonna,
I
NDA
know.
me, but
No,
it
because we haven't been very specific about things. Like, I mean, we test, of course we test.
yeah.
Like, of course we pass suggestions. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I will say, I don't know if we should, but I mean, they're open to it. I'll just say that much. Like, you know, um, but more could be done, in my opinion. I guess, like, without getting specific. Like, but it's a lot. It's hard. I get it. There's so much time in the day. So
I'll get specific. They need more time to make these updates because putting out an
yeah,
entire game in 1 week is ridiculous. This entire
yeah.
update right now is an entire new game. The
I know.
RNG event is an entire new game.
We had no idea. I mean, I knew it was gonna be tower defense, and then it's like, wow, there's a lot of mechanics. I mean, they have their own for a minute. Like, there's no
Hmm.
way, right? They couldn't have just that couldn't have been the first instance. Although balance, some balancing happened, in the production game. So,
And also kudos to
like,
Jamie for building these maps in a week.
yeah. Oh, did he? I haven't talked to him. So, like, did he put these? I assume so. He's the main builder. So,
Yeah, I assume he builds every single update
yeah,
in the same week that they're, working on it.
yeah, yeah.
But like kudos to Jamie and also making his own game recently. Did you hear about that?
Right. I a little bit like I'm in a friends group with him. Well, you are too, aren't you? Yeah, of course. And so I haven't been in there much lately because it's been summer, and
Hmm.
I just haven't been home as this has been postponed for a couple times. Us sitting down, so we've just been busy. But yeah, no, I'm almost certain it would have been him
Yeah.
that did everything. But there is another builder. I don't know her name, but she does mostly Pets Go stuff. But they haven't
Hmm.
built much lately, so she
Yeah.
might have been involved. I don't know.
Oh, and to bring up a topic that you did bring up earlier was Kill Pets Go. Bring those devs over here and let's
Yeah,
get this game going.
I could be biased. I never got into the game. I mean, mainly just for time. Like I didn't have the time or the money. I didn't want to spend to play another game. But
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even think they know what to do. Like, and that's I mean, I'm just looking at the base of it. Coming out with two and then not coming out with that, and then having a
Hmm.
couple aura updates. Like, I don't know where they're like, but
Yeah, I
I
stopped
hope.
playing
I
that
mean,
a
if they
while
can
ago.
revitalize it, great. But I just don't. I just think the time would be served better.
You
And even
also
going bi-weekly. Like, I don't mind bi-weekly. I know a lot of people like weekly, but like, just give us a good event that lasts 2 weeks. Like, or do a week one, week two, like we do now,
hmm
and just call that like a midweek event or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
I don't
also
know.
recently you got two of the biggest partners in this game saying they're done. You know, you got
Wait, who's that? Night Fox.
numerous, and Night Fox both like just
Yeah, I figured Night
stepping
Fox was
away. You know, I think
numerous.
numerous
Yeah,
fully stepping away. Night Fox is
yeah, he's making his own game too. Or wait, that might be the same game. I don't know,
numerous.
but
His game already
yeah,
came out.
did it? Yeah, I suck as a friend. I'm a terrible friend. I'm sorry, numerous, but like I don't watch like partner content. Like I don't. You know how many times I've asked Expel something and he's like, I just made a video about it yesterday. I'm like, I'm sorry, bro. Like if I just looked, like I would have known, right? Like I feel bad.
Yeah,
A lot of work you guys put into these. But
yeah,
anyways, yeah, no, I don't blame him. You know, it seems like a lot of the exploiters and bots. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know what direction is the best. I'm not. Like I said, I went to school for software design, but I was never in game development, so I don't know where
hmm
it should go. But I just know right now it's not it. You know,
yeah.
that's all.
And I try
With
my
all due
best
respect.
to give them some good ideas and all that.
Hmm.
You know,
And they
you
can, again, without getting into details, they can be very receptive to those things. You know,
yeah,
when they're listening.
yeah, and you've seen them go live with some of my ideas,
Yeah,
and
you're same. Like, what was it? Oh, the leagues thing. Oh, and you made a league.
yeah,
I don't know if we're supposed to talk about that part of the ideas, but it's our ideas, right?
yeah, it's
Like
my
the
idea.
leagues thing. Yeah, like
The
both
tower
you and I had
defense.
very similar ideas. Like the mechanisms were different, but they both said leagues, and so I was like, yeah, they use our leagues. Like I don't know, because they do.
Yeah.
There's a ton of stuff. Like just imagine. I mean, you know, if we weren't there and if we were there, like the difference in how many more bugs there would be, because like it just wouldn't be the same update. Like
Mm-hmm.
if we didn't do what we did, you know, in the short amount of time that we have too,
Yeah.
mind you. And so, but but yeah,
Yeah.
it's a fun thing to do, you know, and you know, as long as I'm into the game, I have no problem helping them out, you know. Let me
Yeah.
do it again
We
as
love the game. We love the
volunteers.
game, and we want it to keep going.
Absolutely, yeah,
But one,
and that's why I like moderate. I don't know what I want to do there. I just know how I feel about the situation. That's all.
yeah. One last thing I will suggest for the whole testing thing is skip an update, but continue making an update. That way, we have a full week to test updates going
Hmm.
forward. So, for example, next week they don't update, but they already have that week's update ready, but they put it out
So
a
we can
week
work
late.
on it.
We'll have a week
Yeah,
to test the update. And then when they launch that update, we're already testing the next update. So we're
ideally, right? Like,
yeah, when an update
there's
goes
been
live, we were testing
conversations
it last
about it.
week.
Yeah, I mean, there's been conversations in the Discord we're in. Can't get
Mm,
into the details, but like, so it's been talked about. So I mean, I don't, yeah, I don't, I disagree. I don't disagree. More time is more better. You know what I mean?
yes.
Because they're not burning them. Like I said, they burning the candle at both wick, or the burn of the wick at both ends. Right?
Yeah.
It is what it exactly feels like. Is just they're just trying to do too much.
Yeah. But they work really hard. People calling them lazy. They
Yeah,
don't even know half of it. They don't
yeah,
even know half of it because these
absolutely.
developers are constantly working on this game. I feel like they never sleep.
No, yeah, not at all. And it's got to be difficult too when you have multiple devs, right? I
Mm,
know a lot of them general region, but you know, to be able to like coordinate things, like I know certain ones do without naming them the leaderboard stuff, right? Like you probably know
mm,
what I'm talking about. And then
yep.
certain ones do the back end wrap coding and you know stuff like that, right?
Yep.
Like it's got to be difficult to coordinate all those things together. I yeah, I
Yeah,
try
and
to give them
each developer has their own baby in this game.
yeah,
You know,
and not
something
sound
they
like the old man,
created.
but in my 20s, no, that wasn't happening. And like, I mean, I went to school, you know, got my degree. But I'm not coordinated enough to put together a game like that. Like,
No, definitely not.
that's crazy.
Especially me.
Yeah, yeah. Like, be like, what? Oh, that was a deadline? Shoot. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm a last
Yeah.
minute kind of guy. Or at least
Same
I
here.
was.
Like, I'm a self-admitted procrastinator. But I don't want to say I do my best work, but I do pretty good work when I'm under pressure. I'll say that
Hmm.
much.
Yep.
But yeah, no, it just seems like there's not enough time in the day.
Yeah.
and so
All
it
right,
can be a
man.
little tricky.
We'll leave it at
All right,
that.
buddy.
Thank you,
For sure.
Steezy. I really appreciate you
You too,
taking
brother.
the time to sit here and talk about it. I really hope the developers or any whoever's in charge of this stuff gives you guys the ability to do more than you're able to right now, even if it's just like giving a portion back, because the game really needs moderation and like really needs to bring back some of these moderators that we've lost,
And
especially
that's
the one
not
we
to
talked
extend
about.
it. That's a good point, right? There's 3 or 4 OG, like before me,
Mm-hmm.
moderators that left. And
Yep.
so, I mean, that just kind of tells you the state of it just feels like a trust thing. I mean, honestly, I mean, if they just trust us, doesn't even have to be all of us, right? But let's just get something in place. Let's build that trust more. You know, just let's work together. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. I have
Yeah.
more communication with them now as a tester than I did ever as staff, and so it's a unique position to be in. But again, I don't want to cross any lines either. So,
Yeah. And
but anyways, yeah,
I know that these moderators, they're doing this because of one, the love of the game, two, love of the position, and I don't. From what I've witnessed, nothing is being done out of personal gain. And if it
no,
was done out of personal gain, from what I've learned from you today, is that they have logs and could easily find out if it was for personal gain. But seeing that
but
these moderators have been around for so long and nothing's happened,
yeah,
give them the tools.
right, and of the again, it was a group that even had access, and of those people, there's a couple left. Like there, you know what I mean. There's many that put that, and for one reason or the other, and I honestly don't blame them. You know, it's a trust thing. You know,
Yeah,
and it just feels like we're not trusted. So,
yeah,
but you know,
but
especially, I mean, if it would be different if like we're getting paid, you know, just to say,
yeah,
oh, sorry, can't do anything. You know, that's different. But just to be the kicking mule or whatever they, you know, I can't think of the metaphor.
mm-hmm.
You know, it's just it's tiring, you know, and
Yeah,
that's why people are only around for so much time and then they leave. And
yeah.
then sometimes they come back like me for whatever reason. And then they leave again.
Yeah.
But anyways, thanks man. Yeah, I
Yeah, no
appreciate you letting
problem. And also, I hope nothing comes back to you because of this episode. I really, if you want me to send it to you so you can listen to it and be like, I don't
nah
think that should be
man.
in there, I'll send it to you. But,
Send it, bro. Just send it. Like it's one of those things I'll second guess myself on a lot of things. Just send it.
yeah,
If something does come to me, like whatever.
I always
They
try
already
to
know.
avoid asking you questions that will get you in trouble. I don't want anybody that comes onto this podcast to get in trouble
Right.
for what they say.
For
So,
sure, but I'm a big boy. You know, I can, and what I mean by that is I can either just say no, I can't answer that, or you know what I
yeah,
mean. But I appreciate that, you know.
yeah,
But I mean, in all of this, just it's just the fact that it just seems like money matters more, and that affects me too much to not bring up. And whatever, let the cards fall where they lie.
yep. And
But yeah,
everybody already knows it's always money at the end. Everybody
sure, on
knows
some
it.
level, but yeah, we'll leave it at that.
Yeah. All right, dude. Thank you again for coming on. And
You too, man.
hopefully everything works out for all the moderators and admins at big games, and this game could get better from here.
Even if I don't do what I do anymore and we don't get, as long as the game continues and they strive to do better,
Yes.
without being like so pay to win, then yeah, I mean that I would be super happy with that, you know. So, but
Absolutely.
but I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, you too, man. Thank you everybody for listening. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Later.